Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending upon who side you dey catch we from. Family, don't come back today and with another episode of Salone issues. We can talk about Salone issues. Yes, but people can say, oh, we always they talk about negative things them. But some of them negative things here, if we address them properly, then go translate into positive things them and push Mama Salone go before. So 2 days now VOS, we don't talk about this issue, but Boko people are not familiar with the whole story. So waiting I want for take a stab. This program I don't expect time for go too long, beyond 2 hours, and probably even less than 2 hours. But just for let we keep the record straight, there we politicians, we all know say them people there now they run with country. If they go now the wrong direction, the country they go now the wrong direction. We make it necessary for Lord pray for them for let them succeed. For people that we don't know me, we just joined for the first time. Mina Abdul Karim Kagbo, the founder and CEO of VOS Network. So what's in the issue? What's in the topic I want for let we discuss tonight? We didn't ask because this done they go a lot now on the social media. So we ask, we now VOS, we always lack for making straightforward. So we ask, say, what is Sierra Leone's Chief Minister, Professor David J. Francis, hiding? Because some people they sort of say, oh, he gets something for hide and all that thing and then that make he do what he do. So we need to go in a ben at all. So let we nyaka this whole story and therefore understand waiting possibly, and again this now allegation because we now not talk to him, but we did therefore put the pieces together and therefore see if we can able make sense of the whole situation. So family, waiting I go do before we talk a whole lot. I know say not too many people are not join it, but for let we get chance for share, we go encourage people for share. But this na story way we need for address it get boku thing them way definitely we need for look into them. Again from the journalist. If at all it gets hidden agenda, if it politically motivated, let we look into it. Professor Francis, if himself gets something for hide, let we look into it. The police them, if they do the right thing, we within short period, then go arrest the man and carry and go CID. We need for look into that. And even we ACC boss Ben Kelfala, himself your name drawn into the situation. Himself we need for look into the role we play into this whole saga. So when I see the layer of things that we need for go into, then we get the bottom of it. And another thing where if time permit we go throw out there because on a video or a bit of go around about the first lady where Fatima Bill, Mrs. Fatima Bill. It talk about, it make reference to PhD people them. Say some PhD people them big fool. They don't know nothing about politics. So we go ask the question, who that now them people in there, or who that if really again I know say boku people go come at we and say we they try for give sort of life into story where not make anything. But as a first lady, what did they say? We don't need for completely disregard them. So it must happen say now something not really monoram where now it pull them in a form of int. So we need for ask because we get people them we get PhD. You begin from Dr. Samura Kamara. He get PhD. He be run for become president, and he be the runner up. and then we get the current vice president in get PhD with Dr. Julde Jallo. And then we get the chief minister, where I go say some people in the Senate the number three man, but according to the constitution, it will be considered number 4. Because if we go by order of it, you get the president, you get the vice president. If you're not there, then you get the person we get for act way now Dr. Abbas Bundu, we now the Speaker of the House. And I believe say Seth, if all them 3 people in the not there, it get for be the defense minister. We now America then go say the undersecretary of defense. So Professor Francis, we know very well say in terms of hierarchy, because after all them people in him, so now the number 1 as the name as in title implies, the chief minister. So himself get PhD, and Dr. Abbas Bundu self get PhD. They all occupy very important position in the country. So for we first lady say some PhD people and dear, I don't ask we people we can keep we archive. Let them send for me that video day, so I go play them. Let I remind people them. So but dear, I beg while we they look for anybody we get that video day Andy, I go encourage that person there for let is send them to the VOS WhatsApp page, WhatsApp number, so we go able play them for other people and for see and benefit from then comments then they. And with me, they make them very clear. Not to any kind thing way the first lady say, I'd even show or talk about, but that particular comment, given that we get plenty PhD around, we get sensitive position, and coming from the first lady, I want to know say, as a matter of fact, the first lady considered an official advisor to the president. The reason we make her say that is plenty time that the first lady gets that privilege for express some of her concerns them if not satisfied to the president. And na iman and una know what and say woman where it come na the inside Enoch entire pie man. I don't forget exactly how them pull that parable day per Creole. But that for say the first lady openly and that kind of gathering day for talk about them, it clearly means say now particular people them they refer to. Then you not feel saying any comment where you go say, oh well, I just comment out of the blues. No, now something they definitely bother them. We make it decide for pull out that comment day. But for them, plenty people that don't join in now, so let and always too much time. I get 2 audios them, and again I want to say beaucoup thank you to 98.1 when Radio Democracy, because plenty of them from them and wanna know VOS not officially registered na Salone. So license as Salone, even though they register VOS as a business entity, but we still they go through the process for register for license, for let we get that broadcasting license. So for let we they conduct their investigation and their exclusive interviews with them people here, a very difficult as of right now. So once in a while we can reach out to them, and few of them don't give you the honor for can answer questions from UNA. We all within the diaspora, particularly even though we get beaucoup people in a Salone where they watch we. But for the fact say we not get license yet for operating a Salone, it make them a little bit challenging for we. And as una know, Salone, Africa in general, the one that self get license, that they go through a huge difficulty in terms of for all we politicians them accountable. But I want to assure una say VOS Me in particular, I'm not afraid for letting jail me. I'm not afraid for die, because at the end of the day, I go for die. And when they jail me, guess what? The Canadian government will come after them, especially if it's unlawful. So not to say I go disrespect them, absolutely far from it. Now we leaders them then deserve all the respect we can give them. No question about that. So clearly, and all the people that misunderstand me say I go try for do that. No, not to that they try for do now. But since given that we don't get plenty people that we don't join we, but let's first recognize the people that we don't join we, and then we will go into the topic proper for play the audio, and then we deliberate on it. We talk about what it mean for fat corruption. What it mean if we get people in a salon, and they conclude it on that, but if we get people in a salon where for some reason then they're above the law, what it mean? We go able for fat corruption if that's not the case. So now that make we put on very clearly, because some people, as I say, they shumu this and talk about the minister, the chief minister XYZ, but we put them straight. So let we try for discuss and bury this topic. So Fambulem, again, I want to say boku thank you and welcome to una all we don't join we, and I go show the list now of the people them that we fully recognize them, because without una VOS not go able for do what they need to do so. Yes, they need to pay we, and we need to pay anybody at this point, but for the fact say una they come, we they talk about issues them, and they give it, they motivate we for do more, for give we time. We on little time where we get, we on little way for let we push Mama Salongo before. And I want to say particular thank you and welcome to Brother Musa Kagbo. Thank you so much for where you join we, and Brother Linesman Duty Mama, thank you so much for where you join we, and Brother Amid Khalil, thank you. Say what's the calling number to contribute? A day at the bottom of the screen, and we pin them also. And one for say Boku, thank you and welcome to Brother Korombo, thank you so much. And Sister Martha Bangura, thank you for where you join we. And Brother Korombo, they say from the indisputable patriotic Sierra Leonean and a ruling household of non-Goa chiefdom, Mr. Yakuba. Okay, well, I think a sort of they make the points now. Yeah, I will come to go lengthy for read all lengthy and day. Say the condemning the press statement of the chief and elders of the chiefdom. Okay, one for say boku thank you to Mboma Francis, thank you. Say, can you let us know why a company should bribe Professor Francis with $1.5 million? How is that possible? Why can you bring the the journalist on board to explain the source of his allegation? First Lady was referring to Samura Kamara. Well, and again, as I say, it can be Samura Kamara, it can be Professor Francis, it can be Dr. Julia Jallo, it can even be Dr. Abbas Pundu, because we get all them PhD people there. But one thing we're very clear now is the First Lady, for given that remark there, is sort of not happy over certain thing, and we not go insinuate anything specifically we're not happy about, but that comment there, that comment where we need for look a little bit deeper into it. And I hope that one day we will press if VOS register, we go bring them back, and the people and we will get access to them. At this point, I go encourage una for like una ask them who that it refer to, or waiting na the waiting na the reason for like he even bring come out to the public. So again, then questions, then there are plenty of them. I believe say we will answer them as we play in terms of the topic for tonight. We will answer them as we play the audio the interview we 98.1 do with the journalist and also Mr. Ben Kelfala. In respond to it. So one for say boku thank you and hello to we own mommy we na mommy Josephine Mbete, and this for people that we don't know now we wonderful we dynamic presenter with na Dr. Alfred Mbete Imama, and I go encourage you now for always let una go tune in to in program where you can get every Saturday for people and within the Eastern Zone. Una tune in every Saturday at 5 p.m. and London time at 10 p.m. So we will encourage you now because na great program. It teach we how we can able do business and how we can able do the business not only for Duam but for Duam successfully. And that show they come to now on VOS Live every Saturday. So one for say boku thank you to we own mommy we na mommy Josephine Mbete. Thank you as it don't become a VOS family. And one for say boku thank you to brother David Aruna Senesi. Thank you. He's not hiding not. Okay, what kind of nonsense question is that? Samura Kamara never had PhD. Well, again, my brother, we need for ask obvious questions. So we lay to rest, and they are big. I will let you go slow. I know say you know begin it, but you act one begin one right away. So now for go slow, let you know not insult anybody. The same way as how you get right for express your opinion, that's all that people and get right for express their opinion, and that's not democracy. And VOS with a practice, with a preach, where we get for make things democratic in the sense that no question people can disagree with me, but let we do like how myself go disagree with some of una, let we do them with respect. So they are big. I know say you know begin the insult it, but now for go slow because it look like say you want for raise the temperature. In terms of Samura Kamara, so if Samura Kamara not get PhD, then that situation whereby the first lady refer to people that we get PhD, saying a big full politicians them are the paraphrase now, yeah. So that means Samura Kamara excluded from that particular comments there from the first lady. So that go left we now to the people them on board the current administration we get PhD. So one for say boku thank you again to we brother Korombo for great contribution. Sierra Leone is becoming useless by the day as we okay. Aruna, he's not hiding nothing. Okay, you don't say that. Thank you. And one for say boku thank you again to Mboma. Say first lady was referring. Okay, you don't repeat that. That's fine. And Ibrahim S. Baba, thank you so much, brother Ibrahim. Say why should the chief minister go into hiding? No, I don't say he go into hiding. I say if it gets something for hide, now that's not it. Allow put them back. Let you see. So what is Sierra Leone's chief minister, Professor David J. Francis, hiding? So waiting it hide. So waiting it hide, not to incessantly hide, but waiting if you get something where they hide from the Salone people, and that's the question they ask. So Kemo, thank you so much. Agnes, thank you, Sister Agnes. And Kemo say who said he's in hiding. I think I say what? So I don't know, it look like say people for whatever reason the temperature don't begin rise, that they're not able for gets the question. So I don't say it we not put say it hide. Say what? So something. So what is Sierra Leone's chief minister, Professor David J. Francis, hiding? So waiting it hide. So wait to something the way it they hide. Now that it mean pa Creole me fumble them. So again, boku people are don't sort of joining now, and we go sort of the scroll at the comments them, but we're not going to read all the names them, but the one that we first can we don't read, we want for say welcome to now, and the one that we get for join me later, we equally go say welcome to now as well. So we go straight to the first video where now waiting the journalist say, and other than this journalist, in your words, the one way ask Professor Francis for clarify something. So it just ask him for clarify waiting he get as a source, if not true or not. Now that he asked for let Professor Francis do. But unfortunately, Professor Francis not do that, and for whatever reason, he feel offended. And that way where he feel offended, that way there we want for able to understand. Waiting at the rationale for let he feel offended where a journalist where definitely not in job ask him for clarify something. So we just want for understand that, and me fumble them again, as I say, let we go easy, and this not just part of the job where we need for all them accountable, not to anything else, but let we hold them accountable, fumble them. So now we again, as I say, in this journalist in your own words, we want for ye from and based on waiting the interview on 98.1, so we want for ye some of we were not able for ye or no understand waiting ABC law play them back for like we able fully understand waiting this journalist be say now that particular audio day. So fumble them, una stay tuned, and we go play them right away for like we self get full understanding of waiting is say and waiting we for make of waiting is say. So now the journalist is, and we go play them, and it get for a long, but let we play them in entirety, so we not go do any disfavor and say, oh well, we'll not play the whole interview where they interview this journalist, so we need for show people them, so we go play them, fumble them.
Osai police be arrested on Monday and carry go to the criminal investigation department. First, start for tell listener them waiting exactly be happen where police them been go na you also arrest you.
First and foremost, I want to say plenty thank you because we will not bring up this thing on the air. It helps for raise public attention the way how this thing be happening. I really go to 266 talk see. I've been listening 98 this morning. He say maybe not share this thing on social media before ever I send text to the chief minister. I swear to Al Quran, I swear to the God who I pray. I sent this message on Thursday last week in the evening. I don't ever send on a social media. That's on the first thing. On Thursday in the evening, now I text the chief minister based on an intelligence with an investigation being mounted by the Financial Intelligence Unit. At Thursday, I sent the text to the chief minister. I say, please, sir, I say, as a journalist, I say, I follow up, and if we, the Financial Intelligence Unit, they investigate, we think we about you. In an account, they discover, say, about $1.5 million, they will share this account, and they ask some questions in relation to this money. You tell them, say, this money they sent for you from overseas. I say, and but if Financial Intelligence, according to the intelligence, then discover that this money they put on your account on diverse dates. So I even ask her the question, say, if you don't ever get an account in EcoBank, I ask her, if you don't get her, I say, let it tell me when this account be open. Then I do a follow-up question where I say, I say, I also want to follow up back on an allegation say you allegedly received $500,000 from SL Mining. And them want to suspend them. You may try for fetch for them. If allegedly, I use the word allegedly. These are the only questions I sent to the chief minister. I put my name there, put police name there. I'm not doing nothing other than that. After 30 minutes, you know that called me? The anti-corruption commissioner, Francis Ben Kaifala, out of the country. He called me with an unknown number. He called me and I say, is that Tijanjalo? And I say, yes, sir. And I say, well, chief, tell me about the message you sent to her. He said, whatever evidence you get now you have, he said, I will let you hand over to the ACC. He said, because if you first come out to the publication, he said the public will still like say ACC notifies corruption. Now I tell her, I say, Mr. Commissioner, I say, that's not the way journalists work. I say, the ACC get right for access any document so far, according to the power, because we act you now. I say, me and what committee do different for the Oko that they do. I say, and besides, I don't give documents to ACC 110, where get for which corruption, where una fail for prosecuting person. I say, so I don't trust the ACC again. Now I say, well, you know, are we about the documents we begin? I say, they sign for them, I did issue out a letter on that, and I did issue a press release on that. Now I say, no, when you go and work with me, now I tell I say, Mr. Commissioner, sir, I don't get time for that. I say, right now, I did my work, I did edit for tomorrow's edition. I got the call from her.
Before you go further with the explanation, just make clarification in the area of the money them. Because yes, from the press release where come out from the chief minister, it make mention of $1.5 million where they allege say the SL Mining pay na in EcoBank account, and you make mention of $5 million. What's the difference between the money there and also then if the money there come out where they go at the chief minister allege EcoBank account?
I don't understand. Me text what I sent to her, not say SL Mining pay $1.5 million in your account. No. Me text what I sent to her and say they deposit $1.5 million in your account allegedly on diverse date. The CID they don't prove her, they get her. Me text what I sent to her. Then the other text, the same text, I talk about the $500,000 allegedly where say SL Mining give us a kickback at the time where the Minister of Mines didn't want to suspend the operation of SL Mining. So immediately for first for them. These are the questions they were asked. But I tell you now, the chief minister never respond to me. He only responds through the anti-corruption commissioner. I don't explain that side. Okay, we don't forget about that. On Monday in the evening, a guy by the name of Lavali called me, but he not been introduced in name. He called me, I didn't have my office. He said, is that Tijanjalo? I say, yes, sir. Now he said, but I get an advert, so I want to publish tomorrow. He said, now one of your colleagues, give me your number. Now I say, okay, I said, I didn't have my office. Now I direct my office. I said, I don't want to get into Soldier Street. Now in this man, he said, okay, in the hill station, in the drive car. He said, so when he reach, he will call me for locate me office. Okay, we don't talk. So he come, after 20 to 30 minutes, I come. Yes, when he don't come, he called me at the office. Now direct him, he pack him to come at circular room. He want to come in one other gentleman, then to come at the office. One of the officers called Josie and I usher them inside. I made a hit. A gentleman by the name of Babadi, almost Babadi Bali, been in the office when I society activist. If I even work, I was not saying, no, go. I said, sit down. I said, man, they say they come on business, they come for do advert with me. The man sit down, I talk to where he come on advert. I said, you don't have to tell you, please on that quality on us. He said, he come for do advert for publish tomorrow. He should not ask where the advert. I say, how now they come out? We on the discussion, now tell me, well, the advert in the motoka, he left him on a circular road. So, you know, he go at the motoka. They go with the advert. I said, hey, this man, I don't come out. The man is talking. I said, well, how this man will come advert? You know how the advert there. They still not the advert in the car. So luckily, the organizing section of Slash in the office. How can I sing at Sejalo? So I go inside. Now tell me in the man side, well, which means I take something. I go inside, take me two phone there. I come on. Now tell us what I sing at the Jalo. Say sing at I say 2 gentlemen in country. Because I sabi them, they never disclose the name to me and the other identity. And then tell me say they get advert. I said now they don't carry advert no show. They say the advert they say the car. I said so please I come here. I don't sabi the people there. I don't know what the people there. I said maybe something I don't know. I said so I come with me why they go to them. You understand? That's not a sing at one. So in the government the other guy is very top. When we reach Shakila Wood, very close to one white van, another gentleman by the name of Lansana, Inspector Lansana, now later now go know his name. Now he gripped me at the back of the chassis to arrest me. I said, why is he grip me so? That's his people all take notice. That's why he grip me so. Now somebody come up from the old gun, he wears the uniform. He said he can score that me shirt. So we never fight. Now I said, well, this is not done. I said, what you say when they can do this? I said, when I can kidnap me, at this time tonight or 18. I said, when I can kidnap me, I said, because to me, when I know information myself, when I always tell me, say, when I can give me advert for make a publish for my paper. I said, why when they can do this kind of embarrassment and harassment?
So, Salu.
People, yes.
Salu, according to Josie Sewe Komot, that the Strategic Communications Unit from the Ministry of Information and Communication, he say some of the allegations there so where you send text across to the Chief Minister for clarification, it gets some political undertone behind them because the Chief Minister be the head the government transition team will lead to the Commission of Inquiry and then believe say politicians they use unan journalists them for get back at them political opponents. What do you think of this particular statement from Josie?
It's rather unfortunate. It's rather unfortunate. Josie say when I brother who don't practice his profession, we know what we go through the talk dandy. And let me tell you, this is the usual channel of communication journalists they work. Which even when I'm 91, when I get issue with senior government officials, when I text them, you say they agree with Andy. The director of communication at State House, when I'm Dr. P.K. Mwana, anytime I get issue on government, I text them, respond me, and I use the response. They always tell me, say, use my response for the publication. And this is the usual thing they don't follow. So for let just see this Uganda or try for destroying your image, it will tell you, say, I'm just to tell you, it's the only person in this government who don't condone the chief minister. Because what they in detention, senior members of the SFPP, they all sympathize with the position. The decision was wrong, and the act for which they arrest me.
For give some of the documents them to them. Apart from the criminal investigation department where you be don't spend the night and they don't give you bail, you get any other case for answer at the ACC as it is now?
If I get any case for answer at the ACC?
Yeah, because you say the head of the ACC call you for give them some of the evidence there.
The ACC, because Kelfala is the blue eye boy of the minister. And if the chief minister directly send Kelfala for call me, what would I expect? Who has to tell me? Who has to tell me? I don't even trust ACC. ACC don't pull release and they investigate this thing. Kelfala all in want by media any document whatsoever, they go take a master up because chief minister I'm boss, I'm bra. So we don't get any trust in the ACC force in the first place in this issue. But when all those say this they advantage me, then violate me on human rights, then go against even the Criminal Procedure Act where you even effect an arrest. Because the Criminal Procedure Act they tell you say if you effect an arrest on somebody where you know they hear, you know their invitation, no warrant, that person for me say you don't commit treason, murder or larceny. In real case, nothing like that. They go hold me in a net, they rough me, they manhandle me, put me inside the motuka.
You evidence them where you get and you source them where you say give you the information there, so where you send message to the chief minister for cross check before you publish. How reliable they you source there and how much you believe the evidence them within you are now based on your source and your evidence them. Now to say the transfer they make the chief minister this alleged accounts that the ECOBAC.
When I get an intelligence or documents for follow-on issue, when I just got when I cross check. So there is nothing wrong to seek clarification. All I did was to seek clarification from the chief minister. If the chief minister not he hand and clean, he not nothing for I. You know, any reason for store officers they forgot to arrest me in the first place. And watching them do me while they in detention. The president of SLAD, he go there for see me. They refuse. The second time this happened now 3 minutes allowed to talk to me in the presence of deputy head of CID. Other detainees them friends they go see them. Colleague journalists they go for see me, they refuse them.
Very much. Salute John Jallo, managing editor, Times newspaper. If they clarify some of the issues them what happened yesterday, we make police be arrest and go with now the criminal investigations department. The program.
All right, fumble them. Una don't get this side of the story from the journalist. So let we sort of open the phone lines and let una call. As I say, this is not something where we just want for like people to fully understand, because boku different stories then they go. So we get a now from the journalist in Seth. Waiting is say. So fambul them. I go encourage you now. The phone lines they open on a call. Somebody will ask for the numbers then for call. So the numbers then definitely we go display them back on the screen for le una able for call, and le we talk about this because boku tin the way this journalist acclaim na ya boku thinks them way a sort of threw out. The first thing, and while we wait for calls them, I'll be the make note and waiting I go do in addition to the notes them, because it look like say we get boku people and way the temperature don't really sort of boil, but dear let we do in a way that we all go benefit from this. How we go benefit? We go benefit in the sense that whether not politicians, so okay, we don't get the first call, so let we take this call. A VOS network. Hello caller, waiting on your name and who say you the call from, please?
Mina Francis, I call from Minnesota.
All right, brother Francis, you get 3 minutes. We get the calls, then they come now, but let we keep on to 3 minutes. And what are you take on this particular issue? So go ahead, let we hear from you. You get 3 minutes, and the clock starts now, sir. Go ahead, please.
Okay. First and foremost, I don't support the arrest where they arrest the journalist. I want to make that very clear. I know they for don't use other channel for invite them or for try for some for making proof in evidence, But again, the way the minister in position in other country they, if it gets then kind text messages and then kind huge or colossal amount, with that journalist they accuse them, itself get the right for send the information to anti-corruption officer. Because at the end of the day, nobody really know within that person they be aim at. And secondly, that man they clearly say the anti-corruption officer don't ask them for evidence. As the discussion they go, then he cut the call. So at the end of the day, if really a bigger points, a bigger evidence, if we don't work with the anti-corruption officer, but if you really get all the motive you say, and not trust the anti-corruption officer because of past meeting, you can't do that. This na legitimate body where parliament don't pass for fight corruption, and the person they deal with you now, mind you, they not arrest you too. Then they still find out, okay, what do you want proof? The man say count and to we. They not say make count and to we, don't find out, no we help you. Then you cut the man off. So it's like there is something you self the high. You not really get tangible with him. We all interested in fighting corruption. Me, I not sabi the minister self. I'm not interested in it. Say, but no, they come up no more with them kind huge allegation. They no more. Waiting. I not support the arrest the man. But again, journalists, when you they try to get you, don't cross check the check. But you for don't get that source they correct first before you they just say I want cross check. What you the best you think on, now you forget accurate, then you cross check them. Tomorrow, even if you're not correct, say so side. But now they give a source of say a get meeting. If you send a bank, We know how bank transaction dey take place. EcoBank no go just wave that in there. He go then at the line, the data and network bank, who side the money come out, all anything in there. You know, like when they send money, later they come to USA, yes, we don't wire money, so. So that man, I really want tomorrow make them do their assignment fine at that country. So that they don't go miss. And like how they talk no more, you know, this na political waiting. They know themselves. The minister, they know the one day where they play the politics. So you know, go just grab one day, you just say, accuse somebody, blah blah, one make cross check. Then the minister himself, he do the correct thing, send her to anti-corruption, make them investigate. But suspicion already did. The man say na anti-corruption, a guy na in brow with the minister. You can't fight corruption that way. Count the evidence. Even if it's not correct, you just pull them. Then that body they don't come on you. And I repeat, I not support where they go arrest them. I not support where they go put them in jail. But tomorrow, where they do them kind of thing and they make it protect in evidence.
Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, brother. Your 3 minutes don't come up. So let we hear you from other people. But great points them where you make, and thank you for that. We will come back to them points then day. But let we hear you from other person. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who say the call from, please.
I'm Ali Bangua. I call from Maryland.
Hello, brother Ali Bangua. Thank you so much for we call. And waiting on your take on this issue tonight, sir.
My take on the issue. Now the chief minister caused all the problem, and this don't show say the anti-corruption boss another work for Salone people. They work just for the government, because if the anti-corruption boss they work for the Salone people, for investigate this matter. And even suspend first the chief minister in position and or take a statement from him first. We see all I see the other people who they come and they detain them, take statement from them before he release them. In this case, we not see that. It just come a call EcoBank say, okay. According to the lawyer, what audio the way are they forward to you? What the lawyer, you know. What the lawyer in several the lawyer statement say there is no way, no the way you for investigate. Just the for call EcoBank, say EcoBank, the chief minister get account they know. One you get plenty things the lawyer for do for proof say now you don't investigate, but the investigation be so quick. We come to the chief minister on your side, you know, and it also say, first of all, if the guy asks for clarification, what you get for do? Just say yes or no. But it called the anti-corruption boss because they not see the anti-corruption boss they work under them. And if the anti-corruption boss with everything where it don't go through, where Salone people they praise them, well even this station and they praise them, it not work to the people them, it just goes straight away like that. It don't compromise. Me personally, first of all, I believe say the anti-corruption boss gets something we will for me. I don't think I see that somebody will not straightforward. Now somebody where they work for the Salone people, it is just they work for SLPP government. Because if they work for Salone people, this is a case this way for take very serious. I not say people go say this, people go say that, you know. When they look in the political way, when they look in for the country way, if they people are saying they face corruption, now from next time we don't know say, oh, these guys, no, they're really ready for face corruption. We see the young man, then the chief minister. Now, in the take statements from so even if a statement they take from the chief minister, or before expect that you know, see they take statements from the chief minister, but they not even do that, you know. Now just word na more someone say the chief minister, you know, go fight corruption that you corrupt, you know they work. So now me not the first time I listen to that callers there, sir.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for that contribution there. Let me take another call. VOS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who say the call from, please?
Hello, this is Nakomo, the call from New York.
Hello, brother Kombo. Thank you for the call. And what's your own take? 3 minutes, please.
Well, first of all, I just want for openly oppose and put me disappointment to the first caller. We put the blame to the journalist. You know, I always they give reference if the chief minister was called by a journalist where he was lecturing that, oh, mister, we heard about bribery for grade in your university or your department. The chief minister for really call UK police for let them go arrest that journalist or for clarify. Then I want question no more. But you know what? When they left the West, then go to Salone, at the 10 and they go become cankerous. Because if really the man in hand clean, like how the journalists say, you don't need for call anti-corruption. You need for clarify with the man. Then number one. Two, the journalist actually knock out the thing openly, not publish it. Why they for go arrest them? That's the other problem. But because once let them seek clarification, now it make and the journalist in one of the interviews the way I listen one audio, it talks say when the police invite him back na CID, he go with the lawyer. The lawyer, when they ask him for the source, now the lawyer say, listen, my client is not going to give you the source, but I will advise you to check with transactions in the central banks for the past 6 months. He say, una go get the source. But the SEC not do that at all. The CID not do that at all. Instead, na contact EcoBank. EcoBank pull statement say, oh no, you not get a bank account here. You know they do so. You go do investigation. When are you they watch the transactions? Mostly are digital. You watch them. But just one day no more, encounter this story. And also, the journalist get right for oppose the ACC because as enough afraid for talker openly Leone'S and the ACC, they don't forward document to the ACC, they don't follow up, they mass. So why? If not state institution, why we doubt of in the police? Why we doubt in the parliament? Why we doubt in other state institutions? Say they are well politically motivated. Now because of this whole thing. So I don't feel say me brother for actually cast a doubt on the journalist, but if we cast a doubt on the government and the institutions where they bias in the field. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Let me take another call. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who say the call phone, please.
Hello.
Yes, caller. Waiting on your name and who say the call phone, please.
This is Ishmael Bundu calling from Ohio.
Awesome. Thank you so much, brother Ishmael. So go ahead with your comments, please. Waiting on you take on this issue tonight.
My take on this issue. It really disappointing for that we country days because
now for reduce the volume now, reduce the volume now you set because italic you the yourself, so now I make use of the kind of lag in the conversation.
Did they get me now?
Yes, loud and clear. Go ahead, please.
Okay. What I try for talk now this issue is for me this now one of the fastest investigation case on corruption issues now the entire world where I don't ever hear for let it take I think 30 seconds you as the commissioner you don't do investigation they don't publish and say the man and clean something like that. It's a shame to the commissioner though. But nevertheless, me always reserve my opinion. See, this commissioner in general, as soon as he don't forfeit the past regime, he not get forget anything for that again because I don't feel say they work in the interest of the country. Just they work in the interest of the boss them way appoint them. Now mission it out. As soon as he complete them, forfeit the past regime, then that's it. You not get forever again Francis Benkefala they act as a commissioner. Okay, in the case of the journalist, I believe saying that the right thing in the journalist do. Before you publish, you get for investigate now the both parties. You get for do you inquiring from the both parties before you pull the publication now do. If the man send a simple text to you, now yes or no question the man be wants. If you know what explain for that self. No, me not get account na EcoBank. oh yes, I get account na EcoBank, but then kind money then they no can do it for me. That's simple na the man be one. Then if you know say in source we get na correct source, let go ahead and publish if you know say it correct, you know. But for let the ACC boss himself, they defend the chief minister instead of investigation, they defend the man. It's really sorry for that country. They let God help we, let God give you the right leaders them. We not to for just them and then party them, then they try for fetch for or themselves interest them. And that's I get first for now.
All right, well, thank you so much for that contribution there. Let we hear from another Sierra Leonean. Thank you. VOS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who side they call from, please?
This is Ibrahim Sisse from California.
Hello, Mr. Ibrahim Sisse. Thank you for your call. 3 minutes. What's your take on this issue, sir? Go ahead, please.
Yeah, well, the chief minister, the way he handled this whole fiasco, he just demonstrated to we say, he not gets the moral judgment or the ethical discipline. And it is disappointing to a lot of we know in background, you know, in academic background, you know. So if you're not passing with a conflict resolution, management, and prevention somebody, this is not a test case, you know. And, you know, so far, you know, able to demonstrate to we say a conflict resolution background, I mean, he able to use them, and because he make a very poor judgment in this whole thing. If he be actually manage this situation, yeah, so better one, we'll not forbid there Saudi Arabia today. But because, you know, I don't know what thing happen, we make, you know, whether he wants to say, you know, in a good person, he just want, I mean, show Sierra Leoneans saying that this I can do, you know. Well, unfortunately, you know, go that kind of way, you know. And then for let it take phone call the ACC boss where they out of the country. It don't undermine the credibility and the status of that officer. Because the chief minister is therefore tell we say now the ACC boss no more able to handle cases like that. So what about the other staff? They waiting at a commission day. We saw an old clip before the ACC boss they can they. We then get equal experience, also they even get more experience as far as the office is concerned. So why he jump them? He go call the ACC boss really out of the country. And then when you listen to 98.1 interview, when they interview the ACC boss, it implicates the chief minister himself, whether not true or not. But what the ACC boss say, he say a concern because sometimes money can come to your account where you don't know. So now that make in a try for interview for find out what happen. And but at the same token, until we say the chief minister don't get account, you know, with EcoBank. So this whole thing here, I mean, it looks like somebody they play games here. You know, it looks suspicious. The action of the chief minister, it looks suspicious to me. You know, and so that make people when they ask questions, they want to know. You know, who side the chief minister in stand? You know, as far as if you're not a high profile politician, you know, able to manage a situation like this, what if other big problems can come in the future? You don't get the capacity, you don't get the ability for able to handle them. Now that is demonstrated to we. So now that Tom may get for say. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. And before you go though, I know you talk about say Ben Kelfala implicate the ACC boss from your own way how you put them, but clearly it say some time kinde you go possibility and a possible. So now it talk of the possibility, but that not necessarily means
but at the same time they say you don't get accounted.
No. Whether it get account or not, it talk of the possibility. Say they can deposit money in your account where you know a wealth. and at times it can possible. So like if they expect money, yes, but they can put them there and they don't put them there, and then deposit later inform you say, oh, I don't put that money there, then they can possible. So
yeah,
so now that possibility.
Any bank, somebody they tell me say the possibility say for put money there. I go ask for I don't get accounts there.
No,
so
well,
I don't even think about money coming into my account.
Okay, that's definitely illogical. Illogical if them place
exactly.
here. Yes, if them place
so
here.
Why you need for worry yourself in the first place?
Well, now that's make we put the question out if he gets something for hide. So, but thank
exactly, because all the actions it shows what we say. Let's say, okay, let's agree say the journalist have life partner, but the way he handle them and the kind out way it take, it looks suspicious. There's so many questions, you know.
All right,
and this all come to how you they handle situation them, especially somebody of that kind of stature in the country, you know. And based on your academic background also, that you really seasoned for handle situation like this. So.
All right. Well, given that we get other people in at the line, but I just want to clarify that side. Say it not necessarily means say it gets money in your account or any sort of insinuation based on Ben Kelfala in comment. But what thing I go do after we don't clear the queue, we go play that particular interview where they talk about we get
correct.
We go play them, let people then get Ben Kelfala in own aspect of the whole thing during the interview. Thank you so much. Let's take another call. I saw that people in the wait. Thank you. God bless.
Okay.
All right, VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who say they call from, please. So WhatsApp, you can go now, please.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, they call from Sierra Leone. Freetown.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. As somebody waiting at the ground, waiting you make of this issue. Waiting are you on take 3 minutes, please.
Yeah, this whole problem, the person will order the arrest and cause this whole problem. Because this now thing we get for do with investigation. Anything they do with investigation, they get for go secret until we get all the materials them. We will need for prove the case right or wrong. But arresting the journalist automatically, okay, let's say the chief minister begets an account. EcoBank not go and let them bank be implicated into corruption and any other thing. So they can easily go and waive this account off. You know, able to see anything. You know, and arresting the journalist also, it can be say now a way for scare them off the case back also. So maybe they expect the anti-corruption boss because now man will get high respect for as youth of this country, now inspiration to the youth. So that kind of sensitive case here we get for do with the third man of the country. If we don't investigate this thing quietly, but just being on the phone with the journalist, then after that, the other day, then can they arrest the man? It's like you give up on the investigation, you know? So me, if this thing they go on all, I want to know that order this arrest. This person will order this arrest, now impel this whole thing, you know? Me no need for blame the journalist. I believe say it go through the normal procedure by seeking clarification about a particular issue. We don't take everywhere in the country, everybody they talk about, and now they like today because the thing go out. But if the anti-corruption boss behind the listing investigate quietly, then we don't know if this thing are facts or not a fact. But arresting the man take 24 hours in detention. Then now on our call and say let's present evidence. Wait again. Then one the way I believe say then gets name more than call and they look like now prejudice. You don't prejudice the whole investigation already. So me not feel say that man itself go stand in the place for give any evidence to the man anymore. So me now me own take stand there on this issue. Thank you, viewers.
All right, and thank you so much where you join me from Salone, and you make great point. We now point we after we don't make the calls them or I will touch on that because then 2 points there about the police, then they say now issue and who that like how you say who that really instruct the arrest, who that order the arrest, and all that thing, and they supposed to be part of investigation. But one thing where Boku people need to get right in a Salone is corruption not necessarily means no more money for embezzle. Even where you obstruct, if the people that will go for arrest, then try for intimidate the journalist, and by extension obstruct things then for come out, then self don't engage in corruption. So we need for get investigate. The need for be investigated as well. The same way as the journalists need to be investigated in terms of the motive. But all lengthen and day, I go come with that during my closing. But thank you. I'm glad the way you touch on the police and who that do the arrest. And we go talk of Ben Kelfala Sef, who side in Sef do something where Boku people and go kind of question. But thank you. Let we go. I hope say, because somebody tell me say Salone they come our Salone.
No, right now they can am your area. Cause me stay around the Costoton area.
Okay, well stay safe and my regards to the entire Salone. Let God bless you, my brother. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mr. Mariam.
Absolutely, thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right, let we continue with the calls then. VOS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who say they call from, please?
Yeah, good evening. My name is James. I call from Virginia.
Hello, Brother James. Thank you so much for we joining we tonight. And what are your take on this issue tonight, sir? Go ahead, please.
I'm disappointed in the way the police or the CID department handle the whole issue. I'm really disappointed because the whole issue, the journalists just text, they say allegedly get information so social money have been deposited into the chief minister's account. I don't see no reason why he should be arrested for that. But me not to blame the journalists for doing anything bad, and equally I not blame the chief minister for doing anything bad until I'll not say the arrest one of the journalists be influenced by the chief minister, which most of our brothers for score political points they build upon her. I believe say the police in that country they go above normal operations. They do the wrong things in another country. It has been like that, and it continues to be like that up to today. There's a lot of history, the past administration, and today. And I feel say the high time the present administration for really step, put feet down and control the police. I feel say the police they bite more than what they chew. That's the biggest problem surrounding right now at hand. The police force will really, all surrounders will need to take politics out of this and talk with one voice and try to put the police force under control. But people they tell a lot of information. They say chief minister not be get right for call anti-corruption boss. Come on, give me a break. If me no say I don't get account na social bank na America yeah, I receive a text message. If the America with it, I receive a text message from somebody which I don't know. It's not saying a journalist or this. I don't get account there. So millions of dollars have been deposited into my account. As an authority, if you're an authority in any state or anywhere, I don't even want to handle that because I just text forward to the right authority waiting in place for fight corruption. I believe the chief minister, they get anything for high, for not take that action he took. I 100% believe that. But please, I feel say the only people that want to do wrong thing in this thing, that the police and where they arrest the poor journalists, where they do in job, and kudos to that journalist. Now the right thing for inquire before you put something. Now just inquiry, they do. Why in the warrant he arrest? There's no reason. No reason, no, they absolutely, they might not go out of what? He said, allegedly, I get information, says, so thing. You know, talk say, chief minister don't thief. Why they go ahead and arrest her? But why are people trying, you see, I don't listen, a lot of callers that they try for, cast the blame on the anti-corruption boss.
All right, brother, you make great points them, and them points then the way you ask, so a nice for let we reflect on them. So let we get to that caller there on the line because I don't pass 3 minutes. Okay. But yes, you make great points them, and thank you so much for them great points then the way you make. Let we hear from other people and VOS Network. Hello caller, waiting on your name and who say the call from, please.
Hello, this is Yusuf Ba, call from Virginia.
Hello, brother Yusuf. Thank you so much for joining me. And what are you take on this issue? Go ahead, please. 3 minutes.
Yeah, me and take on this issue. You know, I've been listing all the callers. You know, I think I go both trust to the gentleman who called from Sierra Leone. You know, and I agree to 100%. You know, this na simple issue. If he at all, like what other callers don't say before, say the journal where somebody texts what they play the journalist interview, somebody texts say, and then journalists here they can come with some political gain, whereby then at the other eye and they try for discredit whoever in the power. Okay, this now a very good way if he at all they from be able prove say this guy now this kind of way he try for discredit government in the power. Now where this is from be able make a benchmark. Well, no way only other journalists not gonna ever do that anymore, because they from be just do an investigation and prove all beyond reasonable doubt say this Maya indeed it just try for discredit a government official. Then they can take the appropriate, measure against them, But if it is not just an allegation, then just within 72 hours on a grab, and if he at all not true the way how the guy explains it, then go detain him, then they self don't show say that na red flag right there, na smoking gun right there say something the way where they try for cover up, because not to yourself way una for go make a sideway for against the mandate, not to tell them from go make a back door and go like say I guess something for publish, then fair way for go against the guy. Then for be able to arrest and straightforward the way and given if they for be able to prove all doubt say yes this man is just try for discredit a government official. Okay. Now for the money and the account, I be use if they kind of agree say if possible say then put money in your account or beyond your knowledge, that in a huge sum, So if you at all if you not huge sum nowadays, if you not aware about how somebody you can just say, okay, I put money in your account, I know they rule out not possible, but it's just real on this kind of case, So the whole issues are everything spoilers. Now the way what they go rush for I guess the journalists, So now how they go prove to people and say this man a lie, the lie, How do go prove say this journalist a lie, the lie if they don't go arrest her before they able prove an evidence say it just try for discredit government official. So now I'm going to take that no more, now the arrest of the journalist is just premature. So now that's not going to take no more.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that take there and great point. I know say you therefore talk about say myself agree, say they can put money in your account where you don't know immediately. They can inform you later, say, okay, well, I don't put on your account as agreed upon. But you're not going to know immediately, say the money did it. So that means a possibility. It happen.
And one last point before I just go, they add on what they say earlier. Them and this chief minister and this guy who they had this ACC, then guy they are an Amanda with credential and Amanda will pull the education from Usai we believe say, you know, they're for able to handle something very, very straightforward, you know, because if he at all, when I know say this is not just an allegation, you know, when I measures and they wait and they, you know, what that journalist himself from able responsible, you know, where any other journalist not going to do that anymore, you know. So now me addition.
And great addition, and then in a part of the thing that way I go get for talk about where I go conclude. But for right now, a nice follow we are from Salone brothers and sisters them. Let we read and take before I finally come with me on conclusion. Thank you so much, brother. Let me take another call, please. Thank you. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who side you call from, please.
Yeah, me na Khalid. I call from Washington D.C. in Maryland.
Hello, brother Khalil. Thank you so much for joining. What are you take on this issue tonight, sir?
Well, the whole matter to this issue is it look like for say na a plan work between the chief minister and anti-corruption, because if the journalists don't do his best, he don't call you for clarify issues there. If you don't publish something immediately over the press, that's a whole big case for her. But it was respectfully called you. He called the chief minister and say, this is not the issue. The chief minister for just kindly explain to her if you're not guilty. But he pick up the phone and call anti-corruption. Anti-corruption again pounce on the journalist. Why? That means there is click work between the chief minister and the anti-corruption. And you're not supposed to take side. So this is not the problem because the whole issue. Then policeman and grab together the order and arrests for the journalists. Why? Now what's in the bad thing with the journalists do? And not disrespect the anti-corruption, and not disrespect nobody. A call for just a clarification. Why not explain to her if you're not guilty? The chief minister, they use your own power now for say yes, the government belongs to our. So now you make anti-corruption involved. Why anti-corruption not go be any chief minister? Not be any journalist to go after. So it's just not fair. So therefore just check now who order the arrest. How the arrest come about. Because all that they involve part of corruption. So now I'm going to talk with Andy.
Well, thank you for your own take, and I believe say other people can go echo that, but thank you. Let me hear from other Leone'S them. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who say the call from, please? VOS Network. Caller, waiting on your name and who say the call from? Caller, you there on live?
Hello.
Yes. Waiting on your name and who say the call from, please?
My name is Raymond Fourier. I call from Texas.
Hello, brother Fourier. Thank you so much for your call. And what's your own take on the issue? Where will you discuss tonight, please?
My own take on this issue is, me and a man, I like what you call fact finding. You understand? Me, I still blame the journalist because you know why? That journalist, like the person with the work at the bank, we be non-game, this else up say, hey, so thing don't go on, I don't suspect something, so money don't deposit in this account. For don't make sure say he work with that person at the bank, get a copy of documents where he will use and prove say yes, this money then deposit at this account. Where at the ending of the day, even the ACC or even the police, the CID, they wouldn't go arrest them. All at the ending of the day, if able to expose them. Then the other authority for the non-do, even the call where they call the chief minister, if I don't make sure if we use in phone the record all conversation, then keep all anything in that reference where you go use tomorrow as in defense line. Because according to where the lady the accents FC, where the evidence that we you get for social transaction with himself, I mean, you're not even able to respond to that question they say. Me not defend the chief minister.
Me brother, let pause your time, and I just want to make quick clarification. The first one is not to the bank. People and they say where the source, where the source, where the source. The man per the interview, the journalist states the source where he gets the information. He say he get them from a unit we then call Financial Intelligence Unit. And that unit, the responsibility, one of the responsibility in a Salone, in fact, now the key responsibility for make sure say then go after money launderers them. People that really launder money and terrorists and all them thing and they. Now that's then they. It say now they get in source. So it's stated in source for that interview very clearly. And when I go back and listen to the interview, and then the second clarification what I want to make now is, not call the chief minister. Now text is sent to him, and he say he not do nothing. He not send them to any other person else. And not publisher no nothing. And not put on our social media. He send the text to the chief minister for verify the source. And the source come up from FIU, then call them the abbreviation. When are the Financial Intelligence Unit na Salone. So I just want to make that clarification there, because people and they say, oh, let's make the evidence. That particular unit there. Now that unit there, in fact, Ben Kelfala for the work with, not to even this guy. So, but anyway, continue. I go kind of release all that.
As I say, what the anti-corruption, here you go. The anti-corruption don't say the chief minister, you know, get no money there, whatever. Then here now the journalists for don't come on board and pull in documents and for sure say, hey, I mean, presenting that to the public, say, look out. Anti-corruption don't clear this man, but look me factual I get. Look the documents, look the paper I get from so source. I get all the paper to tax for people say the money they deposit and they. So that don't show say the anti-corruption they're not even straightforward. And even the CI they're not straightforward. But here is now voice no more with the you see, okay, I get me facts from so, but make we get a copy. Just like America and write our president to go on an investigation. People don't close and don't can testify, say yes, he ordered so, he ordered this, but then one forget a voice from the president, say yes, this voice are the president's voice, or this paper and the president signed this paper, and the evidence is will get against them. I hope you understand which are the for say yeah. But there is no waiting evidence, no the way the journalists don't come, publish on social media, now we all see them. Then and then I would almost know, oh, so this thing and they happen and they go on. This man gets the evidence and wait for proof, say this thing. Look who journalists are in America. Then journalists then say President Trump so money on deposit in accounts. And they make sure say it gets the hard facts where they publish everything that everybody they share. I hope people don't understand what they try for. Say, me, you know, they support the chief minister, I know they support me. I want to see a hard fact. If you get that hard fact right now, so we did that copy everything, let publish, shall we see. The law we know say the anti-corruption, they back now cook people and they back now to do their work. You know? So me on take I go stop here first and they continue to watch your program. If you know that thing if I come on, then I go on board back.
And thank you so much, my brother. Great points then. Thank you. God bless. Let we hear from another Sierra Leonean. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting your name and who say the call from, please. WhatsApp. Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please. You're on live.
Abubakar, the call from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Hello, brother Abubakar. Thank you so much for we calling. And what are you take on this issue? Go ahead. 3 minutes, please.
Okay. My take on this issue, in the first place to the journalist. The text we sent to the chief minister, this is a standard practice everywhere in the world. For as a journalist, as a credible journalist, if you get any information from the source, you get that for clarify with the person involved. So I'm not get no where they get journalists from in that particular area. They do the honorable thing for clarify with the chief minister if what takes on the issue. And to the chief minister, as a public servant, you answerable to the public. If Nami be in position, I just for respond to the text message instead of calling the ACC boss into the issue or even bringing the police or the CID. Simply respond to the journalist message wherever you get your source or wherever you get your information, this is wrong, and I'm not get anything for do with any money. I not even get account now EcoBank. This should have been his response. But for bringing the ACC boss or even the police or the CID, there is something fishy in this, because with all analysis where somebody could do, you don't need for somebody get masters or PhD for sensei. There is something fishy in the whole thing. If you don't get anything for fear, you don't get anything for hide, simply respond to the journalist, and then if the journalist go ahead and put on the wrong information on social media or in newspaper, then you will go to the next step for take action against the journalist for blackmailing or any other thing. But for just clarification, they come against the journalist by that, go put on a cell, then it's totally wrong. Clarification, any sign of standard practice for journalists. And not call it just SMS. And the journalist not ever publish a story. It just want to clarify before he publish. I mean, I'm not saying anything wrong from the journalist in part. And journalists get right, even if not from that unit where he get the information, even if from the bank somebody get information in source now from the bank, the journalist get right for protecting source. So for force the journalist, for let give the source of information, that would be wrong. And I listen to the journalist in interview for 98.1 where say previously, if you don't get a case, an issue will forward to ACC, the issue do not do anything. So this might be the case why even forward this one to ACC, he decided for a publisher, but he want for seek clarification from the person involved. So by all means, by my own analysis, the journalist is right. You not do anything wrong by seeking clarification, and for the chief minister to call the ACC boss into this without responding to the SMS of the journalist or even calling the police, that to me, not of good moves. If I just don't respond to the journalist, then if the journalist go ahead, as I say, if you go ahead and publish the issue out without clarification, then you will get next step we take against the journalist.
All right.
So, and the chief minister and any other public official in Sierra Leone, if you know, so you're answerable to the public.
Okay.
You are being paid by taxpayers' money, so you're answerable to the public.
All right, great.
Even in UK, where are they be there before he come? You know, say politicians are answerable to public.
Absolutely, great, great point. Thank you so much, my brother. Let we hear from another caller, another Sierra Leonean, and hear waiting nenge for say. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting, your name and who say the call from, please.
Yeah, this is Mamadou, they call from Australia.
Hello, brother Mamadou. Thank you so much for your call. And waiting, your own take on this issue. 3 minutes, please.
Yeah, I'll just get couple of pointers they were for do by this thing, because hear people then they say order the arrest, now the person get the blame. For me, here is if we look at the trend at which the case evolved from the journalist to the chief minister, from the chief minister straight to Ben Kefala, ACC boss. From ACC boss, the next thing we see, an arrest was made. And wherein arrest, now the journalists way they seek clarification. So, for people they ask, order the arrest, just let them look between the lines. So the arrest, how the case managed going to CID? The text only go to chief minister. Chief minister then in turn call ACC boss in turn call the journalist. The journalist not ever send any message to CID. How did the message go to CID? Would I send the message to CID? So it without be either the chief minister or the Kefala. So then two people are now they're responsible for one of them. Now they're responsible for the journalist in arrest. So either way, because when you go in the court of law, looking at the trend at which things happen, definitely then two people are responsible for the arrest. And other thing back where people they talk, say you can get money, deposit money in an account where you're not aware of, pass hotel later and tell you see money don't go in an account. not in the case of Sierra Leone. Even at the West here where we did, it's very rare for like just money just enter the account where you don't know. You must go and get a conversation with the department or something for let you know say they expect them to come, but maybe you know go not so that very day money they come. And now with the new technologies we get alert and we absent. Where anything happy with your account, whether money can money come out, the app they alert you for let you know what's in the go on with your account. And not in the case of Sierra Leone. And obviously Sierra Leone developed to that level for let then absent they work effectively. I don't go see they no day, but they don't go work effectively like who we get an eye. So you see, and then coming back to the journalists do the right thing because let we remember, say, Sierra Leone still gets the libel law, we still hang in the neck of the journalists. They not just they publish any story. So they get for seek clarification, which he did. So honorably he do why the chief minister honorably no reply to him back. Simple. Though it's up to the journalist now what he could do with his story based on the response where the chief minister give him back. But the thing where we see from chief minister straight to Benkefala, back to the journalist next thing arrest. Come on now. When I read between the lines, thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Brother Modu. We take another call. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who side you call from, please?
Yes, my name is Gaiko, and I just want for respond to the program.
Yes, go ahead, please. 3 minutes. Go ahead. Thank you for calling.
Okay. You're welcome. The first thing I want point here is Professor Francis. Now, person way believe say if they give 100% money for do a job, you know, if you keep 1%, it's okay. You know, as long as you use 99% for do the job. So that kind of person there alone don't tell me say, you know, he's a very crooked guy. You understand? And then if that kind of thing happen, the first thing where the journalist don't send to your message.
My brother, I just want to interject quickly. I will pause your time. That assertion there where you make, so I strongly believe say yes. People in the use politics now over that kind that particular comment they will make, but we all understand what it mean. It definitely come out the wrong way, but for say from that statement they automatically you assess them for be crooked guy. I think that's kind of too strong. Because we all can make them kind of assertion and they say, boy, if not small self, yes, you forget zero tolerance for corruption. But then they can happen at Salone plenty time. Say, boy, if not small self, you pinch then the big one do them for the people them. All them talk then they would hear them. But yes, it's rather unfortunate given that they fight corruption because that kind thing the way he says so means say not to zero tolerant. If somebody thief small self, it okay as he say outrightly say it okay if you spend the 99% and for keep the 1%, but we all know say them take them out of context, you know, with all fairness to them. So I don't think that particular statement they suppose for result in you saying that man crooked. I think say you go too strong on them, but I will reset you time and continue, sir. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I politely disagree with you. That's idea. Because,
okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yes. Because the reason we make it say so, if not me and you, normal people, and discuss certain issues about the country, yes, I can understand. But you as a leader, where everybody they look forward to, and you say you want to forfeit 100% corruption for eradicating the country, and you say 1% is okay, even if the person corrupt, then I think that's not a signal. We need to trust that kind of person there again. You know, because if I get two people that we stand, we say this they fight at 100%, this they fight at 99%, I rather choose the person we say they work 100%. Anyway, I digress. So, and the first thing we do, you know, after we the journalists don't send clarification to her for make a respond, a call Professor Kelfalaway in anti-corruption. Why he call anti-corruption, I have no idea. The first thing we me think say for do if for call police, if somebody they harass her, or if you don't know where they go on, now the police they for call, but you call the commissioner of ACC, and the man said they out of the country, and Kelfala himself not tell and say, well, I go refer you for let you call the people away the name of my office. You understand? Because me, they're out of the country now, but somebody that did it with them credible enough for let them take over this case. Ain't called, that's another discussion anyway. We himself really no work towards the interest of the country. That's another thing. And then, secondly, the police and the CID in that country, I don't know, me not know waiting at the distinction road between them. Because for criminal investigation department and normal police, it seems as if the CID they do the job where the normal police then for do, because the police then for don't invite that journalist for go get a statement with regards to whatever kind of thing, you understand, and then from there now if the case escalates to some kind of level, then CID for don't take over from that particular point. But for less CID that they don't treat the man now say now a criminal something now it don't already do, or now they want to try for investigate, and that's not a criminal offense. And whenever that kind of thing can happen, there is always say innocent until proven guilty. Not for just go arrest the man and go make politics on how them for take the man come. And then now we all they give we own opinion based on the scenario. Which I go like for Mekuna self go to try for do as well is for Mekuna go call and talk to people that when are police, let them give an opinion how the police for work, or somebody from the CID, we go able to tell una how CID they operate in case then kind of thing they happen, waiting at the right way how them for do that thing and they when I get a lawyers them back, we for able to translate waiting the law say waiting be able for govern between the journalist them and the country, and then when I get a journalist point of view, another journalist we go able to tell now back say or go able to explain to we the people and make we go able for understand the legal rights where they get and waiting them for do. So from that point they my opinion not go too right again if at all waiting at the law. They don't explain them to me. So everybody go know would that be the right or would that be the wrong. Then I want to make at the end of all this, they make una go do a poll for see, you know, waiting at the Sierra Leone people their opinion for show would that really then things say get right and would that get wrong. Make una do a poll so we go able for know how many percent of the people then we go actually they in favor or against, so that we'll just get an understanding based on what happened. So now that's my main contribution. I will just tell you plenty. Thank you for what you do.
And thank you for your great point where you make, and that may comment, not to say I completely disagree with you, not just the characterization of the man, you know, it rather unfortunate, an unfortunate statement. But we all can make mistake in terms of how we say things. But from what you say, I don't know if that for sufficient for like we characterize somebody saying in behavior that. But thank you so much. You make great points in terms of the poll and all that. We will look into it because this is a very important topic. So thank you, my brother. So if you anything you think of for add to it, you don't say, please give a call back. Yeah. Thank you. Let God bless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Let God bless my brother. Thank you. All right, the calls then keep coming, so let we go to the next call. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who say the call from, please.
Hello.
Hello. Waiting on your name and who say the call from?
Hey, Mina Bimajalo, I call from Kalangba in the Lokomasama Chiefdom, Port Loko District.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Brother Jalo, and go ahead, please. What do you make of this issue? Within a you take 3 minutes, please. Go ahead. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. My take on this issue is I take both the ACC and the police or the CID. First, you are to tell people in Salone, these are the most corrupt institutions, the police and the ACC. where you qualify for being a corrupt person, you go work at the ACC. You retire from the police, you go work at the ACC. They're not getting no business for come into this action for now because the journalists just start get the information. As a good police or a good commission, ACC, therefore don't wait until they get all stories together before ever they jump in. But they jump in for arrest the man, for keep the man in mouth shut, so that all information will for come out. Nobody no go read it again. I need to arrest the man, the whole land. Because if this man checks the chief minister, whosoever he want call, if he knows his hand clean, if I don't just tell the journalist, say, okay, yeah, go ahead and investigate. If they deposit money for me, bring proof and show to ACC. If he hand clean, for example, me, who are in a village, so right now, they say they put money in my account, somebody texts me. The first thing they tell the person is, okay, go ahead and investigate. Me, I don't know what I do my family. If they say they put money in my account, okay, go ahead and investigate. See that and keep quiet. The chief minister says, no, there's no business for call ACC people or police or whosoever. Now text the man, text him. If I don't sit down, you look pretty they can. But because of all the hand and dirty, I make they all jump in quick for cover up. And these journalists now possibly them in one picture saying they support APC. So definitely they go share, like I say, they want to bring something where they bring problem for this chief minister. So the only thing where they do is for hold the man, then keep him down and then keep him out shut. So me and me don't take rally.
Well, thank you for your own take, and that's VOS stand for Everybody in Voice Matter. As Sierra Leone'S, let the politicians and no say we go speak up if they do the wrong thing, and if they do the right thing, we will equally speak up for praise them. So thank you so much, brother. Great comment. Thank you. Let we go to the next caller. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who say the call from, please. VOS Network. Caller, waiting on your name and who say the call from, please. Yeah, you're on live now, please. All right, well, we'll go take the next one. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting on your name and who say the call from, please.
Yes, this is Mohammed, and I call from Virginia.
Hello, brother Mohammed. Thank you so much for your call. And waiting on you take on this issue. Go ahead, please.
Yes, may take on this issue now that both parties are wrong, and for we were listing AYV every day. AYV get a program we then call the front page. And front page, they can usually invite journalists them from the various printing houses. And we were the listing them program and they every day fully well know who done a Salute Tijanjalo. Salute Tijanjalo, journalist, then a particular journalist way on front page, who they listen front page, and then they one day talk anything good about the current government. And all the ministers, they all know that. Even Lawrence Liman don't argue there. This guy, now the deputy communication secretary in a state house, and Kekot, they also don't argue in a front page. So they're not saying a person with there against the government. If Salute Yanja law, they make any allegation to any minister, I think say, now offend Professor Francis feel offended of within Salute Jalo accuse him of now making involved a call the ACC for the ACC check into this matter. But again, Professor Francis himself not to that not the right course of action when himself for don't take. For call the ACC into that matter, not say for don't. If you don't feel say somebody don't go against his feelings, call the police. And as a professor, I don't think safe for even do that, because give Salute Jalo the benefits of the doubt. As a journalist, either not answer him or tell and say, go ahead and publish whatever information you get for publish, and publish them out. And Salute Jalo himself, you can remember one of the interview where Francis Ben Kefala Duna 98.1, he say when he called Salute Jalo for action, say, Also, you get your evidence. Send your evidence to me. Waiting Satu Sijanjalo do. Just bang the phone off from him. And as a responsible journalist, I know say they say one time in send something to the ACC, they not do nothing but that. But waiting at the thing we send to the ACC, we not know, in not talk him, in not wait he publish, we not know. If we been don't tell we wait he been sent to the ACC, where the ACC not do nothing, but in not one. Then some people then they say they don't cite, they don't talk na 98.1. Salute Janjalo don't talk. Usai in getting source. Well, from the FCC, the Financial Crime Commission, where it gets information from, I can tell anybody, say, if that commission, they not then do them, now a crime they self-commit, so because they're not supposed, because they're not a full-fledged body will get authority for prosecute any minister or anybody where they find one thing for commit financial fraud. So the nurse they go take information, go give on society to Janjalo. If them pass, if that FCC they take information, go give on society to Janjalo, then say go commit crime. Now I believe that makes Francis Ben Kefala no go meet the FCC for go ask them. Instead, now salute Janjalo with the evidence we get. If he feels say get evidence, now info don't forward them to Ben Kefala to let Ben Kefala investigate. Okay, I see the beep don't go on. I will stop this for now, my brother.
All right, thank you so much. Actually, the source way he talk about now FIU. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, FIU. We're in the Financial Intelligence Unit. But thank you so much for you points them, great points them. Let we get another perspective. Thank you again. VOS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who say they call from, please?
It's John Camara from Sacramento.
Hello, brother John Camara. Thank you so much for calling. And what's your take on the issue tonight, sir? Go ahead, please. 3 minutes.
Hello. Thanks for calling. Thanks for letting me talk. Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
you don't live. Would they get you live and clear? Go ahead,
okay,
please.
good. Waiting at the tripod says, me just want to focus on the anti-corruption. As far as me concerned, personally, I just feel say this case was really a test case to represent the first true test of this anti-corruption strategy where we don't see since this new government don't kind of power. Unlike all the other officials and way they will act under this administration, I think say the anti-corruption will get the easiest responsibility because in reality, we already get a lot of people that way that we're supposed to prosecute. I mean, there's a lot of crime, there's a lot of, at least allegedly, So he had a much easier responsibility. But the first test was really where it comes to somebody where, in reality, we actually like a core member of this administration. And I feel say this was not handled properly. Because what you see here was the situation which the institutions themselves not work properly the way we hope for work. In part because so you get a bank, you get the ACC, and there's a lack of trust in the institutions and they. What you will see here is, they all come together in a very quick fashion, very pretty shortly, and all deny say, look, this not happen. Now, clearly, we know Sierra-Leoneans don't trust the institutions they are. I mean, they never really trusted them because there's no way we will verify whether this, whether it actually happened or not. Part of the reason is the people that really work now, all of the institutions and they, in part, they have per government for keep their job. So it's very difficult for any one of them for actually stake themselves and come say, look, actually this happened. Now, may not say it happened, but what you have to say, sometimes, it's not so much about corruption, but even the appearance of it is so important that we handle it in such a way that we say, yes, in actual fact, there was some kind of due diligence. Some people don't blame the journalist for how he handled the situation. Obviously, I feel say, I don't think that's a valid criticism. Where the one that when a journalist could tell you, say, we investigate something, even in addition to verifying your source, an iterative process. So iterative in the sense that it's not linear. In other words, you don't need to verify all the things before you finally go to the subject matter and go verify with that. It just depends on which one can adapt to which one available. You can hear say. If you meet the journalist, you can ask. If you meet the person of interest, you can ask her. Normally, if the person of interest denies, say, oh no, I'll not take that money, or I'll not get any money like that, or based on what you say, it can allow you to do further investigation before you go to press. And what normally public officials then can do, I mean, something like that, if you really feel say frivolous, I mean, you just a dismissal, right? You just not even, you don't get any kind of leg. It left to the person for make you go ahead and go get information from somewhere else and publish it. Except if you feel say there is something where you try to hide or something where you feel say most likely will and be embarrassing to you, that's when you take action like that. So personally, I thought better institutions then coming together and we would handle the situation. I mean, you know, really pass that smell testing, and as a result of that, it basically created that appearance. Say somehow there's some kind of collusion among themselves, and in fact, because everybody knows, say the ACC, the banks, all these institutions, or when they talk about the people that really operated, then somehow rely on government for keeping jobs. And I understand. So therefore, you can see why it's going to be very difficult to come out plainly and actually do some kind of independent investigation where it will appear very credible, especially with the person here with the subject.
All right. Okay. Absolutely. Great point. Thank you so much. The analysis where you do, I believe, say, Boku Sierra Leoneans then will benefit from that. Thank you. Let we hear from another Sierra Leonean and get their perspective. VOS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who say you call from, please?
Yeah, I mean, Aruna Wunda, from New Jersey.
Hey, brother Aruna, I saw you they dump you, brother. It don't take small. How are you, sir?
I don't text you WhatsApp line. I don't text you Facebook. You don't respond to me. But only we go talk later. I guess until I go for Discord near you too.
Okay, absolutely. So okay, waiting you take tonight. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, let's go to the issue. I'm really sorry because I just come in a class and can't see. We don't go ahead 1 hour. So I want to apologize if I repeat anybody's statement where we don't talk before. We don't wait till they talk. I want to make me own take based on the premier phase within now with the public view. So first of all, we don't take on that. I don't support both the journalists and I don't support the chief minister. But I guess some clarification questions. Remember where we want to know why make the chief minister the action for clarification? It goes to ACC and send on a CID. Where now the guy now in lawful duty they execute, and chief minister not above the law, now a public servant which may be accountable to Sierra Leoneans then for clarity. Then two, I listened to Salu Jallo in interview at Radio Democracy where he say he get a news, a whistleblower from the FIU, the Finance Intelligence Unit. Then why ACC no go further for investigate? They just take no more one evidence from EcoBank. They make a press release and say the case done. They don't investigate it done. Where the guy say he get evidence from a whistleblower, where he get the information, make it try for get more clarity from the chief minister. A lot of unanswered questions where they say that issue then them. So two, the guy not go ahead for public the news. It go extra mile for let it get clarity. So if you don't public put on news or any of the publication, therefore don't be a libel. But the guy not do that. He say, I need clarification, I need so proof. You get any idea of an account or so? Then two, according to Salone, he not ever talk say any money come deposit money $1,500,000 na chief minister account. He say undisclosed somebody deposit that money na chief minister account, and he also aware that the money coming deposit $500 during the time where they try to negotiate for many now lock the company. So let people not misunderstand that $1,500,000. Salone not ever ask chief minister if loan of money or whosoever money deposit $1,500,000. They say he get an intelligence say undisclosed somebody deposit and that kind of amount that chief minister in account. They only ask for clarification for money, say $500 doing when the government of Sierra Leone want close the mining company. So they lobbied and they get as a band envelope, now chief minister in hand. So we want no clarification on that day. So that question and they remain unanswered. And not to say the journalists get any blame yonder and not publish them and not exhaust chief minister and not ask and say, if you not give me this money, that information, I will go do you this. Or if you not give me money, I will go publish them. That's not extortion. But there's something like that. And not our chief minister, and not send the information 1, 2, 3 side. And not ask them, not send the text 2, 3 times with an harassment. So there is no reason why chief minister for take that thing in exaggerator and escalator to that way. Somebody will ask whether it's G3 or waiting. Based on the information we'll get at the public domain, I don't say that man, the journalist, do anything bad. Chief minister becomes so competent that nobody for ask him. He is above the law. He is chief in everything. And that is not an academic. There is difference between a politician and a professional. When in a classroom, you student afraid you student afraid you. But when you are a public servant, you are the servant. You will be ready for answer midnight for answer call. For response to people that call them.
Yeah.
So for let somebody go back at the journalist, Mr. Gagbo, and also say it makes sense. And chief minister therefore program for that. So tell them don't use even a proxy for opening an account under somebody's name. Then two, that bank they will not trust them. They can connive or do a financial fraud. So let bank not make a statement to begin to take amen.
Yes, but Aruna, thank you so much. I kind of see the passion, and definitely we all support the fight against corruption. But if we the fair term and certain people and get immunity, we all for say no to that. So thank you so much for the points that you make. And your time not known. We got our people there wire you from. But please call me back. And yeah, just text me. And I know say you get tough question for me, but yes.
Yeah, I guess I don't really want to talk to you something other issues, but I want to talk about behind the scene. I don't text you now. I don't know now the VOS messenger line. I don't text you now WhatsApp line.
Okay, I go check the WhatsApp. Diana, for just make and clear for introduce yourself, because for some reason even after the program we can get plenty text them and people they identify themselves. It can be very difficult for them we able for reply to all them text them. There some person can just say hi. And that's it. But thank you so much. Yes, definitely send me a text or just a voice message, and I'll pick them up.
I'll call back if the need arises.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much for the passion. God bless her. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go to the next call. We'll take the next 3-4 calls, and then we'll try for wrap up because we go to 2 hours now, and one for keep them at 2 hours. VOS Network. Hello, caller. Waiting your name and who say they call from, please?
Yes, good evening, CEO. This is Nabendo from Kansas City.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Madam Bendu. And waiting a your take. I attempted for call you the voice of wisdom, but maybe other people ain't go jealous.
That's okay. That's okay.
So waiting a your take on this, Madam Bendu.
Me on take here is from the get-go where the chief minister come out and say you go work with 99% and keep 1%, where the main cancer in our country in corruption, me feel say done there already, if we don't get to strike against them in me own book. But needless to say, me want for gain the benefit of the doubt inside this situation. Yeah, me just feel say the trend at which things then they go now we country is really scary. For start with, if then they arrest comedians them, then they arrest citizens them. I mean that means say we freedom of speech really they under siege. And what me don't see where they go on. I mean me not a politician, but just the thread where I can sit down, they read some of the things the way they happen. Me just feel say the two parties then don't get to the point where then they fetch themselves and then they come to the point where then they turn and give themselves. Now that me don't see where they go on. So me on plead with me, they plead to the government at this point. I'm not saying they not investigate what they get for investigate, but the bread and butter issue of the people then when are the masses is they at stake. Lay we pay more attention to them thing than they, other than then Lily scramble the way people then don't take and make headline, because I mean all this weekend we don't talk about this all through the weekend. But people then still they cry hungry, people then still they suffer. So no we pay more attention to this bread and butter, and then we left all them feds there with them people there, and they the politicians and they perfect themselves. Now then me on take on this situation.
And a great take, but again, the administration don't link corruption to this bread and butter issue, and Boku people, including me, agree, say if they continue for misappropriate the funds them, we for go and better people alive, Salone will go before. So 1.5 million, that allegation in a Boku money though for one person, and if then 10 and the like how you talk, so then 10 and the again allegation. So to me, I think we need for investigate and thoroughly and make it clear, because this and that man now the chief minister, it definitely gets a lot for do with the program where they run. So if in gets doubt, if people then get a cloud on it will really to some extent derail the effort we don't make so far for curb corruption. So to me, yes, I really understand you, but then the issues here, they're not for the allow them for linger. If the chief minister, the ACC boss, the journalists, they all, somebody suggests that, then do joint press conference. They answer questions them to the public. I should say this story go lay to rest. But because of then they try for do more harm than good, it make the story need to go away. And I agree with you completely, say the bread and butter issue, we need for concentrate on them. But if you then get all the tier where they really, they're not the aid, Madam Bendu, I doubt if they go able to do anything at all tangible. So what do you make of that? Because then tier, they're small, but then distracting.
Definitely, I mean we don't see how corruption don't left with day. I mean it don't ravage with society in every aspect, in the social aspect, education aspect, the bread and butter, economic, everything. So nobody no go say in a Sierra Leonean in only them face corruption. But I mean the way where the issue then they come up, like where journalists they say this man here they suspect them of depositing money in accounts, but you not get evidence. That's not one. And then say this journalists here been done, they go after the present government. So I mean, it's just like for say then they probe themselves and bring up things and way just they like where somebody they say I go make your life miserable since I know they na power. I mean, at this me don't see na the root of some of them things there where they go on. I go want for lay them come and get a press conference. Definitely lay them put everything out on the table. Lay everybody in they at peace waiting they go on. I go want that. I go definitely want that. If it's possible.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we'll put pressure on them, and absolutely, and that situation, I go kind of just do this last one. That situation we say get evidence. I think it try for verify. It gets this let's say whistleblower. Somebody and VOS with all like all fairness, few people don't send things then to we now VOS. But we get for verify and see if even what for talk about. So a possible sin or something like that. Somebody hit say, okay, well, I get this information and whatnot. So it call for verify and I don't see anything wrong about it. And you know, publish
No,
them.
absolutely not.
Yeah, you know,
Absolutely not.
publish them.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so you know, forget any bearing as to whose side it is support, whether not APC, SLPP, or Democrat or Republican it is support. You know, forget any bearing. If after we, let's say, the ACC, I mean the chief minister, does say no, I don't get any idea, I don't get no account there, or I don't get any money with economy account of that amount there, or whatever it is, and then it go publish say, oh, the chief, then he accuse him now. Like after we don't verify with the chief minister don't get an answer, and it go publish something that will not be true, then clearly the chief minister can come at him. So then we go begin talk about the motive behind it all. But for the fact say it not go straight for publish the story, it go ask for verification. I think to me not the right thing that. So but for take them elsewhere and try for criminalize them, I'm not able to understand the connection there at all. But anyway, thank you so much. I want left that kind my own take for the last minute. At least I will take 2-3 minutes for give people a waiting and think about the whole thing. But thank you so much, Madam Bendu, the voice of wisdom. let God bless you, Sissy. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. All right, let we continue. VOS network. Hello, caller. Waiting at your name and who say they call from, please. WhatsApp.
I mean, a concerned caller. I'm interested in really waiting they go on. One or two things.
So concerned caller, for the benefit of we all. Who say they call we from, please?
I call from Minneapolis.
Okay, thank you so much for call. And go ahead and make your points, please. 3 minutes. What do you make of the story? Thank you. Go ahead.
The thing is that, no, we just forget about sweet talking this whole thing here. No, be realistic. We all live now in the Western world. If somebody texts you, they accuse you of something, or they ask you about thing we get for do with money or corruption or whatever, you don't get a right for refer that text to the police or any institution where they for fight crime or corruption. That's not number one. Number two, if the financial crime or institution or anti-corruption officer, the boss, they talk to you for make you count with evidence, or the police, they talk to you for make you count with evidence, you will don't grab with something, then you not cooperate. Then you drop the call. Then they talk and win a radio, say I drop the call because I tell and say I edit. I want to publish something, blah blah. You come with your own case. You want to accuse somebody. Then they refer the case to anti-corruption or the police. Then they call you for verify. Then say count you evidence. They're not saying any other thing. No, we come this matter where you get. We self-interested. Come forward. Then you drop the call. Waiting really you go expect. The other question where is getting source from the financial crime unit. Now Salone, now who are the police the financial crime unit? Now who are they in charge? Now Salone government or now the international community? I don't really know. And that journalist day, if we really don't help with Sierra Leone'S there, because we were ready for fight corruption, make it count the evidence day. Now, if really we want, then we all go see if that chief minister lost in position, if Nadandi go make, who that cares? Make them go lock in us jail. But you not get evidence. Then they buy you. So now make the police get forward, talk to you. If you accuse somebody, high profile somebody like Dandy, the anti-corruption officer, they encourage you for count your evidence. Then you not count that, then come now the police. Probably the police will able to get evidence from you. However, I know they support the police, they forgo put in a cell. But probably that's not happen. We all in a Western world. If somebody texts you, says so, you get for report that person. We not just get for use emotion, the judge, the minister saying so if you don't behave. In another way they in behave. You, if you be in that situation, you go behave anyhow where you want to behave. I know they support and say they for deal with the journalists or they for do and that way. But let's be transparent. You get your source. Give we Sierra Leone'S that we want to see. But you keep unto yourself. Now you don't make all these things they go back and forth. But you say you get evidence, this, that. Count, we know the evidence name matter. If really that journalist they like Salone, he really want push corruption and fight to go before. They say if you don't count something before to anti-corruption, all that kind of these are all just stories. But
all
anyway,
right, well, yeah, thank you so much, my brother. The one question I get no more. So aside from this journalist, anti-corruption offer we don't go to the financial intelligence unit, given that the man saying that they getting source, he don't get in source. So
okay,
in no need whether if like Trump right now, America America you did. Yes.
Okay, my response to that quick.
Okay.
Not to one man go na EcoBank, the police then go there, with other journalists then go na EcoBank for go find out who side this money we say then deposit. Mind you, now they first he make allegation but and I didn't go. At the end of the day, if that man they really want help we, if we don't protect that in evidence, because when you go na court, my brother, you know say na evidence then they operate on.
Yeah, but let we say we don't run out of time. But let we say this man not ready for comply. If the ACC it not necessarily mean say this man for be the end all per this case. If the ACC want pursue the case, the man don't give a lead. Say it get a source from the financial intelligence unit.
They not get a lead. They call them. They say come.
No, lead. My brother, now lead that.
Mr. Yes, sir, boss. I want to make you really listen. Not reasonable. If you get a lead, then they call you. Police call you, or office call you now. America or Canada. They say come. Then the boss they talk. Let's be frank. Then the boss they talk to you. Then you drop the call. Then you not cooperate with and then you don't get a lead. Let's be fair in this. If really you want
but what they say is just like how you say the chief minister get right for do any kind of thing. So that man don't talk say feel comfortable for deal with the ACC. So we have to respect that as well. So not to say power if for deal with
not to the ACC no more they deal with. Publish your evidence so we
okay well now you don't come to that point where the chief minister and the ACC therefore we don't do all this thing on the ground. Let the guy go ahead and publish. Wait.
He say my brother this thing I need support chief minister. I want to listen, understand. Then the anti-corruption tell you say, come with your evidence. Then it drop the phone by the man. He talking in the interview. Me brother, how we go fight corruption now? Then tell you say, then you call somebody with the report. You say, can we investigate? Come with your evidence. Then that person they not cooperate with you. Then it drop the call. Then it boast offer. Then you go see say head and tail for this thing. Hey, me brother, if that guy they be going to anti-corruption, and then they go give them everything. They keep a copy. But it just not give the evidence.
What can happen, my brother? Trust issue in Naya, and even Naya said.
The journalists don't help we.
Okay, well, anyway, let we take another call. Thank you so much for your contribution. Let God bless her. Thank you. Let we take the last two calls them, and then I'll go wrap up. VOS Network. Hello, caller. What's your name and who say they call from, please?
Yeah, I call from Fargo. Timan. Hello?
Sorry, go ahead. What's your take on this issue? Thank you for we call. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I just want for thank you for the program. The program very interesting, and we all learn from each other. But I just want to ask some questions then I think are very, very important. I want to know if because everybody they try to say why they arrest the journalists, I want to know also if the chief minister no get rights if somebody accuse him, he no get rights for outside for report, because we always stress in Africa say we institutions there we need for empower we institutions there, we institutions need for work, So if they don't call the chief minister or then send a text, then they go for refer that text directly to the authorities that were responsible, which is the police and the AC and the Anti-Corruption Commission. They don't forward them. They don't get any answer again for say they get any investigation. Who they need for do the investigation are the police and the ACC. Now then they try to do the investigation and call the man say, well, come with you proof. The man ignore. And I even get to understand say sludge because na Sierra Leone Association of Journalists then go bail him. Then be they try for plead on his behalf because when they bail then they try for plead on his behalf. Then even cajole him for tell and say, well, okay, oh man, bring so we waiting at the evidence. Let we know. The man no do am. Secondly, I get to understand say Usai even get in source na a WhatsApp group. And not forget say most of them WhatsApp group here, if me and you don't discuss something, I don't give room or say something then a social bank while they don't put social money. And you not journalist, you know do a proper investigation. Bam, you don't go send a text. Within that process, the thing don't begin scattering at the social media. And then they also, if you check on inside journalism, like defame, you already defend the person. So when we talk about right, also we go for look in one way. The journalist getting your right, the chief minister also getting your right. If not me, now be the chief minister, you don't tell me say, I don't take something or they don't put it on my account. If not to me, then take them. I go for report to the appropriate authorities. But on the other hand again, the way where the police then handle the issue was too far. Me not support where them go arrest the man, then put him in a cell for some days. Therefore, we don't make a way where them for do their own further investigation without the man no go in a cell for sleep day. So that in itself, then violate the rights of the journalist. But on the other hand, let we look again on how these journalists, if even said the chief minister not take this money, but now we look at the way we don't even defame or how the trend at which the information just they go up to now, people in the debate on them. So I just want for end up say we need for trust with institutions then and let we allow the institutions then for work. Everybody they say the anti-corruption, they don't do this, they don't do that, they're all under there or whatever. And this thing just happen where they say the MCC test, where they say Salone passed the MCC test, then just announce that thing there, where they put on the social media or whatever on news, where this man just pop up. So we mean I don't know if not propaganda or if not way for counter attack for let some things they not go on fine as Salone. I don't know. So I just the land yonder and stop yonder for now.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for your comment. I'll take the last call and then we'll play Mr. Francis Ben Kelfala as I promised interview now 98 and then we go wrap up now because the calls they keep coming. VOS Network. Hello caller, waiting on your name and also you the call from please.
Yeah, Mr. Kabo, Mina Auna again, the call from New Jersey.
Hello, thank you so much, brother Auna. Thank you. Go ahead, please. Waiting at the additional.
Yes, I mean, this is not good because I just want to make clarification to that unanimous caller where they make points for the chief minister. I want to just make a clarification to him quick. And first of all, he said if the chief minister not get all right for refer to ACC, let that the caller tell me say what is the inside that text or if they warrant any referral to ACC or CID. It's in a Western world today. Not to we they see journalism, media houses they send a request now White House. They tell us say if they not respond. They tell us say we ask for request, they not respond. We don't ever see they don't refer journalists because they don't ask for information. Let that guy talk like na Western world today. Secondly, He said, why make the guy not for publish? The guy no get facts. He want cross check information before he publish it. So there is no way to force him for let him publish that information there. So let say the guy not deprive her. The guy not get no right for let him publish information where he not get the other side of the story. Now make him not publish him. He said, why make the guy bank phone per ACC boss? The guy clearly say he don't give previous document to ACC. They not make no effort. He said, now he not go give second one again. And two, the guy not investigative journalism. He get absolute right to independent for publish in your own case, investigate in your own case, and let publish them. If ACC want to get their information, they back get the right for let them go do their investigation, get their own document and publish it. But they not go. The ACC will not go tell the guy say let him not publish in case because it go look say ACC not do their work. So which means all other journalists who they want to publish any case they for confide first with the ACC before they go ahead for publish any case. Now that they want to normalize. So which means nobody no get to investigate case and put on your own and news outlet as you go through ACC now. Now that they want to say. So if ACC really want to investigate the case, why they not pick her up? Why they not go their own way and do their own investigation? And why they for rely on the guy and document? So that point number one clear where that guy to go and talk like you don't know what they go on. Waiting on that text, wait if they ask you for documents, you go refer to CCID. Now that normal life they would live in a salon. Now abuse of power to the extent, let's say this way. It's no emotional there. Thank you very much, Mr. Kagbo. I just want to make clarification to that guy.
And a great point, Brother Aruna, because really for answer text, how then they for translate
be a fire case? How that going be a criminal case? How that go turn extortion? How that go turn harassment? Like I tell you, but which crime we there we offense?
Exactly, and the worst case also. The ACC, both the ACC and the Chief Minister, not come out and denounce completely the action of the police. And why in fact, the police for fabricate something and say, oh, want for let you do ad for we, according to what the guys say. And
then the guy say, Mr. Kabo, why is the ACC boss for tell the guy say, may enforce not publish the case? It go make them look low upon ACC. Is that how it operates?
Exactly. And it don't give a lead. It don't give a lead to a story. Una can bypass them and do an investigation.
Yes.
Without even
that guy saying that only ACC get the bar. We get investigative journalism there. All the cases that where they seen at this country now media will see them.
Exactly.
Trump inform call where will they seen at this country now media they investigate them.
Yes.
Now say they come out.
And
now we say they come out. Not to pass the anti-corruption authority say na publish that case day. No way. You know they go school the media for let them work to una wish. They not call for both. The guys in Western world today, but they talk like somebody who lost reality to waiting they go on. No, I mean, we not to support nobody, but we look at the premier facet of the incident, public opinion. Yeah. Now we give it the guidance say. First of all, so this year up, the APC man that will support Chief Minister. I say no. Let Chief Minister count and statement. Let it debunk the idea. First of all, we not even believe the Eco Bank, the bank's institution in that country, because they all organized crime that they commit. So for let somebody say they don't want this side of the story, can you imagine one side of the story now ACC go take, then they make a conclusion. They not go look for the guy in evidence, we say get evidence, they not go ask for the whistleblower, they say that FIU get investigation, they not go there, they go no more na Ecobank say no, that person not get bank na ya, account na ya, they don't go say we don't investigate, case don't know, it's 24 hours.
And
it's fishy. Let me say it's fishy.
Yeah, thank you for that clarification there. But with all fairness, we make plenty assumptions now. Yeah. But if we want transparency in a part of fighting, in fact, to me, I go say na the cure for corruption. Because when you transparent, it's so easy for let people are able reading between the line. But where you begin taking from one step to the other and it make the whole thing sort of messy. But thank you so much.
Guy, if the caller day America, let's see today where they go ask Chief Vice President in office for like information about his staff, where Trump day more or less. What did they say? They say we'll not get no information. It don't done. The news will report say I reach out to that person, they not give me information.
Exactly.
I just ask for information. It turn CID case. It turn corruption. It turn criminal. Now only somebody like that man in their police go support that kind of idea. Then they Thank you.
Anyway, instead of saying Leone'S, you get right to your opinion. Let we respect that. But thank you so much.
Yeah, no, now
Leone'S.
I can clarify that and they say it not add up, Mr. Kabula say not add up. We not support chief minister, I not support the journalist, but for say on the basis of what they see, say you go. I mean, even harassment in terms of harassment, when some go don't do a 2, 3, 10 and harassment, but on 110, no harassment. You know, even arrest somebody because it don't cost you for 110. Even when they say sexual harassment, now when the person don't say stop. No, you repeat them, they become an harassment. But there is no. There was no stop. How it become an harassment?
All right. Well,
so,
thank you for thank you so much, Brother Aruna, for the clarification. And so let we listen to the Asabi promise, because a nice fellow gets that side of the story as well. I know say the calls them still there, but they are on our forgive we. Let we listen to Ben Kelfala in own aspect of the story, and then we will come and conclude. So we'll take 1 or 2 more calls them, and then we conclude the program for tonight. But Fambulem, this is something where if we talk for corruption, let we not just go no more like how we Boku people and they think, say, oh well, it just get for be one side or APC then corrupt and stuff. We want for stop that revolving thing. We want government come. It's all about the previous administration, and former President Kuruma do that against the late President Kaba. Where it take over power, it said the whole Kaba administration. Then call their names, then corrupt, then this, then that. If you didn't a newspaper at one point, I show that old newspaper day. So this is not something where revolving they continue, and a wrong for the country. So where would they say we fight corruption, let we fight them in a way that even somebody within your administration suppose for really a fight against corruption. So, and at that make we always they call for the independence of we institutions them. Until that happen, it will be very, very difficult. The person self when you brother for let the law better, because you go always try for put blood first before the country, and we're wrong. When you did it, you're supposed to be independent, and even now you blood brother enough for immune to your activities them if you investigate them. So let we sort of hear from we ACC boss we now Ben Kelfala, and I go come right back after this for let we get the final version.
Norma, if you listen to the interview we just do with Saluti Janjalo, and make allegations say you been column regarding this investigation where it do where it send text message to the chief minister. Firstly, confirm to me whether or not you been called Salu.
Make statement. Me just think I need for clarify something. Okay, I know they into the issues between Salu and the chief minister, but me. Namide in charge of the fight against corruption inside, and chief minister na a public officer. Chief minister himself, I believe, chief minister forward to me the message we received from Salu, where claims say they bribe him $1.5 million into his EcoBank account. So as an anti-corruption person, because of course everybody knows me like for be proactive, I don't want to wait or deal. So I called him and said, Salu, if you get this thing where you don't get them, I know say right now you said the investigator, not the interfere with the investigation. But can you just give us a lead, something which can help us to get down to this? Because I tell and say people then they claim say we know they do nothing about the current administration. So when you go out with this thing, you don't provide us the evidence from where we self able look into the issue. It will look like it will continue to solidify the fact that we don't want to do anything about the current regime. So forward it to us. And he was very argumentative. He was, in fact, they go all over the place. No, we'll go the last time I forward evidence at ACC. And I told him, okay, if you will forward information at ACC, take a try with me. Provide the evidence which shows they put $1.5 million in the chief minister's account and see what we'll do about it. In fact, it become more argumentative and he just put up the phone He refused to provide any lead. I'd ask and say, you still not in personal account. Can you just give me the account number so I can send me your plaintiff there for go look into him? He refused to do it. So, and he put off the phone. So that was the conversation I had with him. And indeed, when I come back from Togo, immediately I contacted EcoBank and said, okay, provide to me information on anything that has to do with the chief minister with your bank. So it does not necessarily have to be his account if he has anything with his account. Yesterday morning, I speak with the head of EcoBank, and indeed he tell me, say, just forward your usual notices to us, we'll provide the clarification. And then forward clarifications to we. And as I speak with you, I'm looking at the clarification right here, and it says that Professor David Francis has an EcoBank Sierra Leone Cash Express prepaid account issued to him by the bank in August 2019. The EcoBank prepaid card, which is denominated only in use, can be issued by bank to both EcoBank account and non-account holders after proper identification. Please note that since this prepaid card was issued to Prof. David J. Francis, he has neither loaded the said prepaid card, cash, nor does it have any balance on it. Professor David Francis does not maintain any account with the bank. So basically... So
Mr. Kelfala, you say you've been asked Salute Janjalo for provide evidence then to the commission for let una go do una own work with them for investigate. But this text message where you say the chief minister forward to you, any word they will get for do with allegation where the gentleman say it investigates?
No, clearly an allegation. I mean, clearly it's an allegation. Okay, it's not like he's saying that. But I think that the chief minister, when he received him, he himself, as somebody who cares about his reputation, wanted to know what this is about. So he knows that the ACC has the ability and the powers to quickly look into these issues and come out information, not just for him, but for the public. So he forwarded it to me and asked me to look into it, not because he wanted me to get back to him in secret. He wanted me as the person in charge of the fight against corruption to look into it. He did not give me
asking you for look into Ram. If he make any mention of whether or not he want for respond to the clarification first where the journalist wants?
The clarification where the journalist want now don't need to be. I have a letter signed by the head of compliance at EcoBank, which says that the professor does not maintain an account with EcoBank. So I don't know what he wants, and this is what I wanted to do for him. I could have helped him get to the bottom of this because he's an informant. But because he resisted that and he clearly, maybe he misjudged my intentions or he just was suspicious because of his previous experience, but he clearly did not handle the issue properly. And then, of course, later I hear you say he has been arrested because I clearly I don't have jurisdiction over blackmail. So we don't get jurisdiction over blackmail. So if, for example, the chief minister felt that this was the kind of blackmail or extension as I saw in the various things that are happening on social media, then he had to refer it to the CID. They have jurisdiction over those issues. Me, not only corruption I get jurisdiction over, and I have to limit myself to that. And that is what I have done. We have got
points been disclosed to you why you feel comfortable with the Anti-Corruption Commission for investigate this instead of replying to the journalists where they ask for the clearance?
Say again.
The chief minister, at any point being discussed with you why they feel comfortable for let the Anti-Corruption Commission instead investigate this issue instead of in responding to the clarification where the journalists be want?
The chief minister is not a lawyer. The chief minister saw an attack on his reputation. Whether now that attack was justified or not, it left to how he perceives him. That is
how the clarification be an attack on the chief minister?
Now, I am not saying that it's supposed to be an attack on him, but maybe that's how he saw it, and he was afraid that if he go out that way, they go fight. He too wanted to know what is this. Sometimes they were posting money they go to people their account, they don't even know that money has gone into their account. So he too wanted to know what is happening. Can you look into this? So because we get the ability for looking into it quickly, for get access to information when it comes to investigation at this country, we are the fastest.
So they look into them now.
They look into it.
Further the investigation.
Say again.
The commission, they further the investigation?
Yes, of course, the commission, we don't already get a confirmation from ECOBAS there is no such account. So we will still encourage Salu for come to me, let it not even come to anybody in the commission. Let it come to me and show me what will be the basis of this claim he gets, what will be the sick clarification on. I can provide that for him. He does not have to go to Chief Minister. In fact, he endangers...
We dey talk about press freedom now. How the journalists for feel free for doing work where you want in the investigating independent story, you they ask them for go meet you as in they do in your independent story.
No. Listen, I am not interfering with this in journalism. I am talking about evidence here. Even risky for many people that get corruption investigation, they not try for come to we. Because we get the professionalism for handlers. Sometimes they go need witness protection. Sometimes they go need certain guidance on how to go about them. Waiting me one and for many people then feel free. Let them believe in the anti-corruption commission. Let them feel free for come to we. Whether not journalists, whether not civil society, whether not just ordinary citizens, come to us. We are not here doing anybody's bidding. We are the people of Sierra Leone with the serve. If you get something and you need more clarification on them, sometimes come to we. We'll make it available to you. And a lot of people that they don't take the try with that to me, they don't come and we have worked together and gone to the bottom of things. Whether or not it leads to prosecution or not depends on the quality of the evidence, but we'll always work on it. Just like I don't tell you. Between that last Thursday where I talked to Salu, Monday not being holiday, by yesterday, we had already gone to EcoBank and gotten our answer with us. So if citizens that believe that this kind of institution able to do this, let them take their try with it. So I'm not interfere with Salu in journalism. I'm not interfere with his ability to seek clarification. He has every right to do it. I don't think that should be blocked by anybody. But just that kind of statement, the way they make na radio say, if ACC creating this kind of conspiracy theory, I think say it's not good. It's not good for the reputation of institutions. The same way how the journalists them, they protect their own reputation. The same way that they protect their profession, trying to make it like the panacea for social development. Now so they forget respect for institutions like the ACC. When you go and make reckless statements that they na radio, you impugn a very important institution of state. I think they won't have them within an STU. They're not going to encourage them. You should bring it to their attention. So this is why I'm making this clarification, and I think I don't clearly make it on this issue. Anybody waiting for that clarification on that, still come with the ACC. We are ready to provide everything we can. Okay?
All right, so finally, we wrap up the interview now. Francis Ben Kelfala, in case Sal, you're not really ready for work with the commission for providing any evidence, but you want to continue with the issue. Waiting for happen.
We can compel Salu for come to ACC for the clarification. But I don't think say we therefore need that once the bank don't tell we say there's nothing really to go after. As far
as we'll continue to look at this issue as the story they continue for expand. We will continue for bring more people and where we think say the story go lead with, so forget a clarification as we will continue with the program Good Morning Salone. That's not been Francis Ben Kefala, when the ACC commissioner with the talk na that interview there.
Hey, Salone, me fumble them on another year the ACC boss. Let we take 2 calls them where sometimes people then go rub mouth for waiting the ACC boss say, and then after which I will give me closing. So let we take 2 calls them, and then calls them they go sort of I see they don't hang up. All right, well let us sort of give me on take na ya. Fambulem, the first thing first, according to the ACC, waiting is say, I will come to that first one about the journalist. The ACC, to me, in my opinion, in handling well at all, the ACC boss. They say, oh well, the chief minister is sent them to because of a reputation. So automatically you don't defend the chief minister. And then part of it is say back, oh well, in the deal with blackmail. So it sounds like a blackmail something. Why you know we don't tell the chief minister up front? Say it not constitute corruption. You need to deal with it. Why you need for go contact Saluba? Why? You don't say not a corruption case. Now blackmail, according to you, according to what you make so. So meaning, you don't get no answer. Because Saluba not come to you and say, oh, well, I suspect, say, the chief minister corrupt, he take bribe and stuff like that. Not so that he say. He say, them, I get information, say, them deposit $1.5 million. Now you account. I will let you verify if that's not true or not. I paraphrase now here. And as well, also, you we get allegations, say you receive $500,000 from Sierra Leone Mining. Say you take that money there for help them because of waiting the mining minister don't do for take their license. So not just verification. And you talk say, well, this now a possible case of blackmailing. So why you even need for go further and say, oh, let the guy give evidence and stuff, where it just they clarify things? Why you not just tell the chief minister? But you try for Koba now, give excuses for the chief minister. And it's just unfortunate that I don't know if the people that they ask una questions them, they're scared for asking una tough questions them and stuff. If na maybe handle that interview day, I go ask so many questions that you go definitely see how much terrible thing you they do for Kobaram. You're not supposed in any way for defend the chief minister. And definitely, why you for be within, according to the journalist, and they use the word according to the journalist, why within 30 minutes, where a sender text, you call her. So it appear like say, you go be the first person, you know, out of the office. And somebody, one of the callers, talk about, say, why the chief minister not direct him to the person when are you assistant within a salon. But he use the office. And at this we try for talk. Say, if una no independent, it go hard for una do una work. Because like this now, the chief minister don't sort of preempt. So he said, oh, well, look into this and whatnot. So if he even gets something for hide, it don't make him very difficult for you. For let you go after him. Because not to, you know, they na the country. The chief minister no for don't call you directly. And for don't send them go to the division, to the commission. So he send them there a report like any other Sierra Leonean, any other citizen, we go report issues them. But it therefore say we get easy access to you. So where you don't take issue with the case, anybody else we want for dig deeper into the case, you go definitely mass them. Then the safe na possibility. Common sense go tell we say the journalist not go call CID on himself. So not to call the CID on himself. So the CID now will go and then lie, say that they want for put ad na paper. So that also make the thing suspicious. Ebomi fumble them. Now let's come to the journalist. The journalist talk a whole lot of things them. Say yes, you know, be you know, trust the anti-corruption body and all that stuff. Then they absolutely the anti-corruption then gets the mandate for subpoena, for take court clearance and say this person a person of interest. And if you not comply, then it obstructs justice. Yes, you get absolutely you right that side. But the fact of the matter is, where the person, you don't realize, say the person don't make it clear. Say, you don't get confidence in you. But it don't disclose the source. It don't give you lead. It don't give you thing for work with. It don't tell you this text, the text make it clear waiting at the allegation. And you talk to him according to what he say, and Yusuf no deny that. It talks say it gets the source from somebody where they work with a financial intelligence unit. And you know about that unit there. So why in fact you need to go straight to EcoBank as the first step? Why the first step not be outside the source? Because at that you ask the guy for provide. Like provide you the source of information. So because he not provide them to you, you go to the bank. But he don't give you a source. Why you not go handle the source? Why you not go investigate? You call the head of the FIU. And in fact, you need for do all that here without even the knowledge of Professor Francis. If indeed you independent, Professor Francis not even need for no say you the investigator. Because it's preliminary. So preliminary investigation on their issues here, you need for make them where the person where you investigate not even need for no. But Professor Francis send them to you and then you call on his behalf. Completely wrong. So this is not the thing. You're not great man. Absolutely. And you don't do great job for the country. But one thing where me they continue for say, the way where you come na power, where you come na that position there, it make you hand and tie. And another caller make a very good point where I 100% agree with them. It happened in the previous administration. When they become against former late President Kaba, as I say, then give all kind of accusation, call them all kind of names, and in fact, that motivates them for strengthening the ACC in power. So, but after they don't finish with the previous administration, guess what? Everything go down the drain. Because now in the favor of the current administration at the time. So we all now they say, oh, the ACC not be effective. And somebody make a great point. Say you say the possibility for let you be effective against this current administration is very slim possibility. And that's as a Sierra Leonean a concern. And it will surprise me if after President Bill Komode, we get another commission of inquiry. Because after you finish with APC, the inquiry and all that thing and day, you go be powerless. You don't go be effective at all because of the way where you come there. And now, for lab Professor Francis, they get like body and stuff like that, and you they defend them. Mr. Ben Kelfala, why you not be just don't tell me ACC, I mean the chief minister, you know what, because of conflict of interest, and me not to you lawyer, but yes, when you send them to me, absolutely that's fine, but this case not reach to anti-corruption level yet. So this, if you want, it's up to you. You answering questions, but if you feel saying or something else, can go to the appropriate authority. Simple. But you don't need, because not a corruption. Nothing not show it's in a corruption. Nothing at all. And nothing not show say the guy Lipa, the chief minister. Nothing not show that yet. And even if he lie Panam, not to your position, because then they're not a corruption. Then in a case between the man and the chief minister, where the chief minister can sue him na court because a civil matter for let him lie by the chief minister. So you no get no business there. So me fumble them, and again to people that we don't say the journalist na APC person and don't see them in the campaign for APC and stuff. Me fumble them, all them things and they affect we country. For let not talk to. Mr. Ben Kelfala, where we all the praise so. The time where things then be they go so terribly wrong na that country, the price then they go up and all that. It then a whole video. It asks Salone people for leather wear black against APC. So now waiting that one day. And right now when the country is so triangle, why if at all now advocate for on behalf of the people, why they not say the same thing? So clearly we all get with biases. But let we know they assess issues them based on we biases. And now una try for discredit them instead of una look into the issue. And the issue now is simple verification. And where the chief minister get the right for say, you know what, I can't comment on this. Go ahead and publish what you get. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. So the question now is, why because to me, the chief minister approach, a kind of deal with this thing like a panic. Just like when you panic over something. And this supposed to be intelligent man. Where so and this not text message as well. Not to say then call you there on the phone, you know, you flop you much, you don't know waiting for talk and stuff. Not text message. So with a text message, you get plenty time for read them, digest them, and act waiting, I go say quote and unquote reasonably. So if you want for try for avoid that situation where then go say you try for influence the decision of the ACC, do the right thing. And even where you send them to police, and now you don't see say the police not handle them well, come and condemn the act. Then you lead by example. But if because of a favor you know, oppose the policy handling of this, and this not issue. And this not that make that turn and give business no go ever done that Salone. It get for start somewhere. And as the chief minister, this forbidden be an opportunity for let you tell the whole country, every Sierra Leonean, regardless of whose party they support, say, you know what? A day for champion democracy. A day for advocate the right of journalists. My brothers and sisters, the way they talk about say, oh well, it don't hand them to police, waiting the police do, now their own business. That's a completely wrong assessment. You don't care and go to police. The same thing with me. If I care certain case going to police, I say, you know what? They handle them in a way that I agree, and they condemn them. It don't necessarily mean say because they take me case, therefore be ruthless. And you now high profile somebody. So now waiting people and get for think about perception. It go talk about, then go talk begin think about say, oh, others from the above, and who knows, maybe them police then they want for them are you good books. So that's not more reason way for condemn them. So me fumble them. This to me, I not feel say the journalist, I not believe say the journalists do anything wrong. Let we forget about whose party affiliated with and stuff. If it be publisher, not verify from Professor Francis, that's a completely different thing. That's not complete. It go easy for let we say it wrong, and then go kind of accept whatever Professor Francis action Professor Francis take. Me personally go support him. Because if somebody lie by you, try for tarnish your reputation, guess what? You get all legal responsibility right for defend yourself, including lawsuit against the person. And nothing wrong with that. But it don't reach to that level. Me self na VOS. I can't call any minister. Somebody send me something And I go say, you know what, somebody send me about this thing. I want to forget your own take. What do you make of this? I go do that for verify. If a publisher, without you getting your own side of it, then clearly now there's something went wrong. But the journalists do the due diligence. And now people then say, oh, well, if I don't comply with ACC, forgive the source and stuff, why ACC not go bypass if indeed they want to go into the bottom of this? Why don't go bypass this journalist and go talk to the FI unit? Why don't go do that for investigator the case? And if they get any smoke and gun, then they call Professor Francis for further questioning. But you know for be defense, try for defend Professor Francis. Oh, not a lawyer. So no say this for be this can be a blackmail issue, not to anti-corruption. Now you supposed to say all that on behalf of Professor Francis, when you supposed for be independent. Dear Mr. Ben Kelfala, next time I know say this get for they happen from time to time. If it happened to him, it call you right away. The same way so, if you they investigate somebody will be of interest to him or any member of the administration, that means they will call you back behind the scene and put pressure on you. So how are you independent? How? Are you not a police? You're not responsible for the civil case. That's civil matter. Not a state crime. And you're not even responsible for any state crime when not get for do with corruption. So my family, I want to say boku thank you to una always join this program tonight. But my own take na is a very clear say Professor Francis a try for abusing power. Any other person will just call anti-corruption, especially where the boss, especially where they're out of office. I mean, out of the country. Where something happened to you, who say you they go? Now the institution. You they call police. Say, oh, this person say so, but no one say something, we go lie for me, so I involve una. And the police first you they call. Some person there go say the reasonable thing is you verify first whose account that, whose side that money they come out and all that. But if you not do that, for let them not say, oh, well, you don't talk to the bank people, that's understandable. But the authority, the police, you don't get nothing for do with corruption at that point. At all. Nothing. You just need for verify things. If you don't feel comfortable, tell them, say, you know what, I don't feel comfortable, not call me again, not text me again on this issue. You want them, like how somebody talk about harassment. So you want them, not text me again about this issue. If you get anything on me, go ahead and publish them. Or do you fact finding and not get any idea of what they say. And do not text me again on this issue. That's very simple. Any reasonable somebody will not intend for use in power. Now that he go do. Not text me again. Go ahead and publish what you want for publish. I not get no dealings or I not get no account, no money deposited to that magnitude. And I not get nothing else for say. Like how a few callers then say. Now where you go for information, you get the right for remain silent. You get right not for talk. And people are where they talk about the journalist is right. Not for comply with, not for talk to the ACC. Not right. Unless if Mr. Ben Kelfala see case of corruption and then he can go to court for let them give a man subpoena. And say you have to force them because somebody will go lead. Where in testimony go lead to it go result in maybe understand case or uncover corruption. Again for make them case then to a judge for letting give that kind clarification, that kind go ahead for let them force the guy for let it gain source. But it don't make it easier for you. It tell you, not to say not talk. It tell you say it get from so source. What else you need? And the guy not say a Professor Francis actually do am. He not prove I'm guilty. He tell him say they say this. And even at the interview, the guy said the second one, he even say he make it clear, say alleged. So how do they get direct bearing with the ACC? Where in fact, if anybody need for send them to the ACC, it's supposed to be the journalist. Not to be chief minister for send them to the ACC. So anyway, I want to say boku thank you. But clearly, we country, if we not talk, we not put pressure on them people here where they run we country, and let them know say nobody know they above the law. The president, the reason we make the no go investigate away in our office, and because then they go distract them from ruling, and the constitution allow them for be immune. Now, in the only person from vice president take him down, not immune for any investigation of any kind. So why we not for make the chief minister know that? Why you need for assume? Say now this reason make the chief minister probably send them to you. Why you for assume that? And you supposed for investigate case. You know for assume for them. You know for talk about the intention where he get. So that they don't make the whole thing even doubtful. And then they say, oh, the journalists be there all over the place. They talk, but you action don't create doubt from the get-go. For let them send something to, are you not a lawyer? Let we give the chief minister benefit of the doubt. Say you don't know the process, but you not a lawyer. You know say not to you not the right person, the first person we for talk to. You know that. Why you not advise on that? But rather, you based on what he sent to you, you call this person. And oh well, now for Brian Cam. And the other thing where Mr. Ben Kelfala talks say, it's risky for let somebody investigate somebody else other than the ACC investigate corruption cases. Why for be risky? Not journalists. Journalists, in fact, plenty of them big case them, the whistleblowers them, not journalists them. So why if it be risky? That alone when you say that self, what did it tell we? And this now the chief minister said the chief minister dangerous. So, Mr. Ben Kelfala, you know, some thinking there, and it pushed me now to the First Lady in comment, where it talk about people with PhD, they can talk big fool at times, they're not to politicians and stuff like that. And some thinking there, we can get carried away, like maybe power drunk. And that's the cause for let we not even think twice. We just take people for granted and we feel say with power we can say or do anything. And this, in my opinion, Mr. Ben Kelfala, the way you handle it completely wrong. I will give the chief minister the benefit of the doubt because he gets the obligation, he gets the right for consult with anybody. But the fact of the matter is in position where he owe. Now, then are the questionable aspect. The position where he hold certain things, then they enough for do them. Certain steps, then they enough for take them. Because of imposition, it will create conflict of interest. You know the ACC boss, then the investigator, then he send them to you. Say, oh, look into this, oh. What's in that they show? Complete conflict of interest. So they try for paralyze the whole thing. Because you know the overall head. So it talk to you right away, force. Even when you're there outside of the country. What in that go tell say Leone'S then? Why it don't go to your deputy or even somebody even junior? Because you don't necessarily need for be the top. It's supposed for treat things them just like ordinary citizen. Not to as chief minister, if no more in one for abuse in power. If I do like any other person, where you go call a number and then report them. So whoever handle the case now, that's up to the commission. But enough for direct them to the overall boss. Where if me get case of corruption while I report, not to the overall boss and they go call and stuff. There's a number for call. I go call that number there. But where you bypass all the process, where the average person for don't go through, what did it mean? It means say you use your authority, your power, for bypass the normal process. And that's wrong. That's going to be considered conflict of interest or abuse of power. Particularly abuse of power. And at that Trump they go through. Similar situation where it call another president and say, do you investigate somebody else? Why ask within in department for let them look into certain case? But a use in power for coerce somebody for investigate someone else. So yes, it might not say them directly, but when it send them to you, it implies, say, let you investigate the journalist instead of investigate them, but you for investigate the journalist. Now that's it imply. But then your laptop na ya, I want for say boku boku tenki, but we country, let we continue. Dear me fumble them. Let we put the country first. If we not do that, SLPP go, other party come, it will be the same thing. Salone will go anywhere. Because all them tier where they happen, so the next president or government where they come, get for reference them tier. Oh, well, what they be doing during that time? Nothing wrong. So then go use the kind of tier, then kind of steps here as precedent. Or they be doing before. Just like how the current administration now, they use within the previous administration, but don't they do as precedent. So to me, let we stop for the set the wrong or bad precedents here. That's my advice to every Sierra Leoneans, including the people in the administration. Dear, let we stop them bad precedents here. It will just the cascade into something we go instead of push the country go before, it go bring the country back. So I want to say boku boku thank you to Una with Una family we don't join with all the viewers family. Una thank you, let God bless Una and let God bless again. Yes, they get challenges, but we still need for pray for them. The people that they control with government, the president, in cabinet, the judiciary, the legislature, we're in the parliament, the judiciary, we're in the court system. Let we pray for them. Let God direct them. And let God direct them in a way that they stop for they do something way not good. A nice for let we they do best practice. So that way the next government, the government after that go back and say, wow, where this be happen, so person be handled very well. And at this way be handled and it come out very well. But let we know they do then thing they were questionable, and then we want find way for justify them because we support the government or we support a particular individual. Then they not go care we country go any side. Instead, it will just bring we country backward. So dear me family, let we not do politics into this. Let we not politicize this. The police completely wrong. The chief minister, as I say, anybody can do that. But to me, the way we handle like say panic. So then they for debate. Why if for panic? Why handle them in a way that any somebody will reasonable? Again, not to fit, not to disrespect, but handle them like how the reasonable person go handle a case like this, particularly given in position He handle her with panic. Why for panic? Why the ACC for be the first, the ACC boss for be the first person for lay contact? And how the police get for you this? Yes, you say you send them to the police, but you don't hear how they malhandle this man. You don't speak out. You don't condemn him. So why? So all this, they also question if indeed Salone in the right direction. Again, I'm not going to go APC, SLPP way, but then politicians say, dear me fumble them. Let we hold them to account. It don't matter if you are a supporter of them party. If we not hold them to account, we say the truth. Salone will go before. And again, I want to say, boku thank you to all we presenters them. Where they sacrifice and bring una, they news them, their own opinion, listen to una. I want to say, let God bless them and let God direct them. Tomorrow, we will get another episode of the health show where now with sister, when our sister Salome Hines, I will report directly from Salone, from Freetown. Tomorrow I will join them for another episode, and the Eastern Standard Time it will be 3 o'clock, and at Salone it will be 8 o'clock. So we will hope that una join for let una yeri but una well body one how for prevent certain sickness, and if you person get certain sickness waiting if or do. I will encourage una for tune in to that program day tomorrow 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 o'clock Freetown time. So this now Abdul Karim Kagbo again. They say let God bless the one and only country where we get. We all for cherish. And if we see the politicians then they take advantage because then they have power, we need for say no to them and let we speak up. We not freeborn. That's not democracy. Let we not look and say because not the party, so I don't care waiting and do to the next person. It can be you tomorrow. So dear I beg, let we speak up. And above all, let God bless the one and only country where me and you two they call land that we love, Mama Salone. This again Abdul Karim Kagbo, the founder and CEO of VOS Network. They say Tata.
You can be my brother. You can be my friend. Have you been looking for a place to get quality education but don't know how or where? Canadian College of Modern Technology, situated at 1 Silicon Hills, Mile 91, opposite former Camp Charlie, is the right place for you. Canadian College of Modern Technology, an affiliate of Jala University, is a fully accredited college with a Tertiary Education Commission (TEC) and a National Commission for Technical, Vocational, and Other Academic Awards (NCTVA). We provide world-class tertiary education in computer science, business administration, mass communication, business information technology, Microsoft Server Administration, networking, database administration, building and construction, and other professional courses. Apart from its conducive environment, which makes it suitable for learning, Canadian College of Modern Technology is proud of its experienced local and international staffs. Come and experience a transformational learning environment, fully equipped with CCTV cameras, a world-class electronic library with the latest iMac computers for collaborative learning and research, and access to high-speed internet service throughout the campus. And guess what? Canadian College of Modern Technology is the first college in Sierra Leone to operate the first educational purpose-only television and radio station for its mass communication students. Come and be part of this historic experience. We have reserved a space for you. You want to know more? CCMC provides 24 hours electricity from a solar harvest power supply system with a backup generator. This highly secure campus also have a canteen, student hostels with clean pipe-borne water. Canadian College offers many more amenities for our students to help make learning a good experience. For more information, contact us on these numbers: 079 630 407 or 099 140 208. If you want to succeed, Canadian College will exceed your expectations. Canadian College of Modern Technology, a place where career begins.
Cotton Tree Pharmacy is your new trusted provider of pharmacy services in Sierra Leone. You can count on Cotton Tree Pharmacy for genuine quality brand name and generic medicines. Guaranteed refills for prescriptions issued by doctors in Sierra Leone or abroad. Door-to-door medication delivery service in Freetown and beyond. Free health education. Have you heard about our Diaspora Medicine Connect? With Cotton Tree Pharmacy's Diaspora Medicine Connect, anyone can pay for your prescription online. Bring your prescription to 17 Pademba Road. Collect an invoice. Send your invoice to your sponsor in the diaspora. Your sponsor pays for your prescription online. We deliver your medication to you. For quality prescription and medications, visit Cotton Tree Pharmacy at 17 Pademba Road in Freetown. Have questions? Call our pharmacist on WhatsApp at 030-611-664 or visit our website at www.cottontreemedicalgroup.com. Come to Cotton Tree Pharmacy. We are ready to fill your next prescription.